changed.
Yes. It does show you how little that matters. Like, it had 20-something million views. No, literally, I just get more Twitter notifications now.
Oh, yeah. No,
Nothing in my life changed.
The very few times in my life, I've done nothing like that. I was on that 5-4 thing, the golf thing.
Yeah.
Same thing. I think I had like 18 or 20 million or whatever. And it's true. Even now, though, you'll see like for some reason, like every couple of weeks, I'll get like 10 out of nowhere. I have no idea how this fucking stuff works.
People, there were whatever accounts like send things to all those outlets reached out to me, and they were like, "Can you confirm this and this?" And I was like, "I can't. I just stole it from Reddit. I don't know."
Well, there you go. All right, so I want to start. I am just very into this. I have to say, an old friend of ours is back, and it makes me very happy.
Yeah.
Not as happy as it makes Steve Robinson, who's trying to arrest Cullen trending on social media. But so if you guys good back there? We're fine. Seems like you guys are scrambling. What's going on here?
Yeah, I'm just trying to see why it's not coming up. It should be, though. Like, I'm seeing it on my end. So
What's going on Rumble? We're just trying to get it up on Twitter.
We're going on Twitter as well?
Yes.
Who said that?
You said last week.
What's that, Justin?
Coleman said we're going live on Twitter now.
Did I say we should start? I don't remember.
Yeah,
Did I say that?
last week when we were doing the...
I said, yes, we should start on Monday, is what I said?
Yeah, I believe so. It was like we should...
No, very highly I said that.
No, I think you said like we should start... like we should have the chance to do it from our Twitter account before the network does it on their own or whatever.
Is whatever send them for Monday?
No, I guess not.
Which word in that sentence could you replace Monday with out of curiosity?
I don't know if there is one.
So
Okay.
just ask. Do it.
Yep.
But that's fine. But just ask. That's all. That's all I ask. I have some part in the show, I like to think. Who knows as I get older? I don't know. Anyway, so I always forget, I'm like, there are newer people on the show who don't know who Kevin Cullen is listening.
That's true.
They don't. So I'll give you a very brief description. I want to bore some of the older listeners. So I think they're the ones salivating most for this. So we're tossing one for the old people today, Mike. And by the way, this is Rumble candy.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, some lib.
Yes.
You're taking down some lib.
Damn right. Damn right. Like that, jab stabbing pussy Travis Kelce and his music, girl toy or whatever,
Sure.
They're flying out. They're flying their flight out. The fans, I just saw they had the deal. The flight out is flight 1989. The flight back is flight 87.
I like that.
Yeah, so do I.
Good.
So do I.
That's kismet.
You know who else like that? John Unitas. That's what he liked. That's what he liked. Roger Staubach.
When men were men.
Yeah, damn right. Ray Nitschke and Travis Kelce. Let me see before I get into this stuff. You guys both look very panicked back there. Is everything okay, Justin?
We're working on it.
I figured it out.
Sure. That sounds good.
My bad.
But before I get to the Cullen stuff, which I want to do, let me give you a couple of quick football notes. I went 1-1 this weekend. Not that anybody cares. But this is why maybe I'd be a bad owner. Maybe it's why I'm a good owner. I would fire Dan Campbell today. I would say, come on in here.
Really?
Yes, you're out of here. Hit the fucking bricks. Here's why. You want to know why? You used to have a podcast called the Consistency Podcast before he joined the
strike.
The Live League. Yeah.
Yeah.
Inconsistency. End of the first half, he kicks that field goal to go up 3 scores.
Okay.
Doesn't do it in the second half. Which is it?
Interesting.
Which is it?
You don't give anything to he turned this franchise around for God's sake.
No, I said all
They've
year.
never been to an NFC championship.
I said all year this dummy's like, Maverick. I'm a badass. Thing's gonna bite him in the ass. And I did it yesterday. And the worst thing by far. Did you watch the game?
Yeah, most of it.
The worst thing was by far was running and taking that timeout in the final drive. That's fucking insanity. The game's over at that point.
Right.
I want Campbell fired. And I want Belichick in Detroit. Belichick's like an American guy. Like I could see him in those with the cars and in Detroit. They should go to Detroit.
To reiterate,
Coleman, by the way, right? Just give you an idea, Mike. I know you can't see. Coleman was behind the computer plugging something in.
I just need to make sure we're good. We're good now.
Well,
what happens?
You keep saying we're good. Are we good? Or?
Yes.
Okay. Are people tweeting saying we're not good, Justin?
No.
I mean, they're going to do that anyway. But yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Mike. What was that?
I think we could drop a beat, Coleman. Give me a few bars to make sure we're good.
Anyway, so Dan Campbell should be fired, and that won't happen because the Ford family, I think, still on the team, are a bunch of pussies.
I was going to reiterate Mike Menance's tweet and ask you: is Belichick not going anywhere?
No, he's sitting in his house.
It's disappointing.
He can't go anywhere.
He's just not leaving.
He's landlocked.
Until he either coaches or he sits at home.
Yeah, he might do TV.
But that is bizarre.
Well, I think he just kind of threw everything in the. Well, I think it was like bad numbers. Well, the thing I saw about Atlanta was you had to report directly like blank, like there was no, like
classic liberal move.
I get correct. I don't think you wanted to do that. Washington, I think, is already hiring this Lions offensive coordinator.
Yeah, that's what they were saying last night.
Seattle's not going to go from Pete Carroll, who's 80, to Bill Belichick, who's 80.
Right.
That doesn't make any. It's like weird. And Harbaugh's probably. I could see how somebody would think Harbaugh's a better bet if you're the Chargers.
I suppose.
I've been kind of seeing like potentially something at BC, like a assistant.
You think he's going to be
Intern Nicholas tell you that?
What the fuck?
I've just seen it on BC Twitter. I've seen it on BC Twitter.
That he's going to be an
about?
assistant at
Bill
Boston
Belichick's
College?
be assistant football coach at Boston
If
College.
he doesn't get anything, yeah, he would just like.
You know who he is?
Gonna be the
Yes, but
linebackers
I'm
coach.
just saying, if there's nothing available, why not?
Well, why not work at fucking Stop and Shop? I don't know. The assistant linebackers coach at Boston College, Bill Belichick.
Yeah.
Imagine who's the coach right now?
Jeff Hafley.
Jeff Hafley being like, "Hey, Bill, just make sure you make the flight on time to Virginia Tech."
Bill,
Well, no, it wouldn't be
Bill,
like
I'm
that. He'd
sorry.
be like,
Is it 9 or is it 9:05?
All right, play the tape again, Bill. Bill, if I have to see this fucking linebacker miss this tackle again, you're fucking out of here. All right, rookie buys the donuts. Pick up the uniforms.
Bill,
Coleman, why don't you just suck somebody's dick in front of us and get it over with at this point?
How did we get there?
I mean, do you know anything? Do you know anything about anything?
Saying this is relevant. Like it's been on BC Twitter.
Bill really likes the outfits of Boston College.
Where? Where is it about Boston College Twitter?
The sickos are tweeting.
Where?
About it. I'll find
Let me
it.
find one.
Yeah.
Coleman and Nick were having some weird BC off in.
That's what you guys call it?
Yeah. In the little chat.
So one second, Justin. So what are they saying? What position?
I'll find one.
I feel like Belichick, if he's going to go to BC, which I think is a really strong possibility, I think he wants to be the head coach.
Baldwin's burner.
You know what? I could ask former Trash Talk co-host Colin Letty, who's also a Boston College assistant. They'll be on the same playing field, I
mean,
guess.
I think I have Doug Flutie's number. Do you want me to text him? Like, I don't even understand. Like, what are you talking about?
I have a tweet here from Baldwin's burner.
Baldwin's burner.
Yes.
All right, breaking news. Go ahead.
Amid a denial from the Falcons, I'm hearing rumors from Yawkey Athletic Center that Bill Belichick could be interested in a collegiate role at Boston College as special assistant to head coach Jeff Hafley. Could be a game changer for a promising young
Special
defense.
assistant.
What does it even mean?
I don't know. Just like help out. Like I'm sure he would
Help out.
Yeah, like he would just go to practice and like help out.
He's bringing the orange slices.
Jeff, I can't make practice today. I'll be there tomorrow, okay? Okay, Bill, no problem. Bill, for this job, we're going to give you $75,000. How's that commute from the Cape? He's like Mick. They're going to fucking carpool together. He's going to drop Mick off here. Well, Mick's dead, but still, you get my point. Like, I don't even... Was Baldwin's burner... Do you have Baldwin... Can we get Baldwin's burner on? Can you reach out to him?
can try, yeah.
Yeah, that would be good.
All right.
That would be good. Maybe it's true.
Maybe.
They always say, Justin, he wants to be remember these beat writers would be like, he just wants to coach high school lacrosse.
Right.
It's like, I'm not seeing a lot of that this offseason.
That would make more sense than assistant coach at Boston College, I think. If he just
Stayed in Boston. Went to Boston College. It would be the biggest, like, Robert Kraft just fucked him
If he
in
took
the
over,
ass.
if he took over Rick's Pizza, it would make more sense. If we just called there and that'd be better probably for you, Justin, to establish a relationship with him.
Oh, perfect.
I have a Madawaska note this week. Not today. We'll get to tomorrow, though. Remind me of that.
Will do.
Let me write that down. I have my notes with me today. I don't have my notes with me, Mike. I have my heart pencil today.
Oh, wow.
I didn't realize I was taking notes on it. So
Is this what you and Nick were tweeting about at 1:00 in the morning on Saturday?
No, it's the
Justin
mods.
wants to talk about this, Mike.
It's the mods.
I get a text from Coleman with Nicholas. It says, "Hope you're having a time tonight, Nick. Great night to be an eeg."
Yeah.
1 a.m.
Yes.
Yeah, because it was BCBU. I assumed he was still.
what are you doing right now?
And then
That
Nick
stupid
said,
hockey game where they were singing that dumb song?
Yeah, Mr. Brightside.
And then Nick
Christ
says
almighty.
the mods might burn down tonight.
Oh,
Did
man.
they did they burn down? I would have seen that.
They're
in the
due.
news.
They're so old.
That's
The
true.
mods. Is that a place?
Yeah, it's like
Don't Coleman, don't talk to him.
I'm an old man,
He
I'm
doesn't-
sorry.
Don't bother. He doesn't get it.
Coleman responds with "Love it," and then Nick the next night, Saturday at 9:40, said, "We're burning down the city of Boston."
because they won again.
Coleman responds, "Love it." Nick goes, "Cheers, boys! Year of KMS."
Hell yeah.
LUVIT or LOVEIT?
LOVE.
LOVE rather. IT. Okay.
good.
Okay. That is good. Has Baldwin's burner reached out to you? I
dorks.
don't know.
I messaged him.
Okay.
See what he says.
We kind of
That's
think.
big news. You should tweet that out from the show account, Justin. Coleman's reporting that. Are you comfortable with that, Coleman?
Belichick.
Only if we cite Baldwin's.
Yeah.
burn.
Per Cole, it's like Woodward and Bernstein.
Yeah.
By the way, this is the best piece of journalism you'll hear in the next half hour. But go ahead. Although I may be advocating for something for Coleman here.
No.
What were you saying, Mike?
Even I'm older than like I'm out of touch with Coleman's generation. So I think we think of him as like, oh, he's just a hip kid. Is he a complete dork? Like, is he cool for his age?
What the hell do you think? You think he's a hip kid?
Okay, I don't know.
I like the idea you've idealized Coleman.
I turned my head backwards when you're not here.
Look at him, for Christ's sakes. He's a mess. He's a disaster. Oh, you should have seen these two at Rough N Rowdy the other night. Talk about not fitting into that main room. When we were sitting around. Boy. Well, we're just sitting. I actually had a good time.
I saw you chopping it up with the boys.
With my guys and my part of my Tate guys, PFT and
Big
Dan.
Cat, yeah.
And the two of them come in with their Kirk Minahan sweatshirts, and Portnoy's like, "What is going on?" Portnoy's. I'll give you 2 notes from that. I don't know if I mentioned. Oh, we haven't done the show since then.
No.
Portnoy is obviously fascinated by Justin.
Sure.
He congratulated you, Justin, on getting a job.
Yes, it was very nice of him.
It was nice of him. And then he said, he's like, I kind of like this kid who came in and then stormed out of your studio the other day. I saw that on...
Did he really? Or are you just doing this?
Did you hear that or no?
It's going to be in the vlog.
Swear to God.
Yeah. I said, oh, God.
You've set him on a path.
A dying
to
boy's dream.
destruction.
It's true.
There was Gus talk, too.
There was a little bit of Gus talk going on. Yeah.
Pro or anti?
I don't really know.
Kind of indifferent.
Yeah, sort of both.
Yeah.
I talked to my friend Rico Bosco about that, about the Gus thing.
Oh, that's right.
At the, what?
We haven't. No one's talked to him since the RyderCon.
Yeah. So we had a good talk about that. And obviously Rico and I are friends. We've been friends the whole time. So team is back together, strong as can be. We have a match we're taping tomorrow.
Excellent.
But yeah, Rough N Rowdy is fun. It's just, for me, it's a weird. It's just a strange because I have these 2 idiots with me, and then like I don't really want to talk to anybody.
Sure.
So I like watching you guys beat the shit out of each other, but then it's kind of like
you do.
Yeah. It's
you do.
fine.
You enjoy the event.
Yeah. Once I'm there, it's fine. You know. The Be a Man guy did about 90 laps.
Oh
around
my God!
Around the thing, just waiting for people to take pictures of him.
He's in with them though. Like
big time.
He's there all the time.
They're chanting his name. He's a great guy. He's a great Minifan.
Yeah.
Was he in Mississippi?
No,
but I mean, like he was in Delaware.
But he's a lot of he's a
huge Minifan. Most funny. He
just
walks around. He's waiting for somebody to yell his name. He's very free. He's the anti-me. He's very friendly.
I saw him at the Wilbur once for a show, and he's talking to me, and people are just coming up that are like asking for pictures.
Yeah, legitimately don't get his like. It's like, hey, it's whatever. It's Valentine's Day. Like Justin was saying, you're gonna go out and be a man and have a beer. I'm like, oh, all right, if people like that. I don't fucking understand it, but hey, good for him. It's working for him.
Afterwards, he was like, I got to change my shirt. I don't want to get mobbed outside.
Yeah, it's gonna be difficult. Can't be easy. And Tim Ridgels was with him, who was motherfucking Devlin, the guy who was running Rough N Rowdy.
In what way?
Because his guy wasn't there.
He's putting that entirely on Devlin.
Yeah, and he's like, I'm not going to that fucking thing, and there he was.
Oh, good.
So who knows? I don't know.
They almost didn't have our tickets for the fans that we gave away.
I heard what happened.
So I get a call. I get like Montante and Gus hitting me up about Kevin from Bristol. That like he can't get in or something. So I had to go into the back, like behind the glass or whatever, and basically like yell at this guy to get our tickets.
Jesus,
because they just didn't have them at all.
I mean, there were tickets available.
Yeah, but like the ones set aside, they didn't even have the names or anything.
But it worked out.
Yeah.
Can I hear Coleman yelling? I've never heard that before.
How'd you do? I know you were not yelling.
No.
Did you see it, Justin, or no?
No, I did not see this.
I can't imagine.
The mods are burning down.
I was just like, what are we doing? Like, come on. I have the names. They're right here. Like, come on.
Wow.
Intimidated.
Yeah.
Scary.
Just very stern.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they put you in the event.
I know.
Level of
maybe against a midget. But.
Anyway, so Kevin Cullen is a columnist for the Globe. When I was at WEI, he obviously had my wars with the Globe, and he's one of these guys who was like would in the middle of all the merchant stuff and the Shirley stuff was like, you guys suck, and I knew he was a phony. For years, I talked to Jerry about this. It's like some of his stories just don't add up. So sure enough, Chris Curtis found the marathon bombing story, and he and I then dug in and got Cullen suspended. He completely made up. He was at the finish line of the bombing. All these terrible facts, just made shit up. So he basically was demoted at that point. We haven't heard much from him, really. Every once in a while, we'll check in. Obviously, we did a very famous Cullen episode. We kind of tried to do a sequel. Plymouth didn't work.
Really, the only thing here was the Vermont haircut story, whatever the hell that was.
Correct. In which we literally were like, let's just check a random story. We called, and the barber's like, he's never been here. I remember when the Globe, if you want to go read something crazy, you should read the Globe's internal investigation after the Cullen thing, where it's just like, yeah, these people at the EI are assholes. Like, they were like, we looked at 100 Cullen stories and we found no flaws in them. I remember we sent Curtis, we picked one random story, we sent Curtis and we proved that one story was full of shit.
Right.
He just makes stuff up. Like, I like that he's around. So we get, the show account gets a message on like Friday or Thursday or Friday or whatever. It says Cullen is at it again. It links to the story. I'm like, I don't know what the hell is going on there. So I read this story. This is, I think, crazier than the marathon bombing story in a lot of ways. Journalistically, because he just made up the marathon. Like, the marathon bombing is just a work of fiction.
Right.
This is crazy. Let me be very clear about this. This is about assisted suicide. So let me get this out of the way because I saw a few tweets about this. I am for assisted suicide. I am for solo suicide. I'm just not any good at it. So, like, you know, if there was, you know, if they could help me out, I'm in.
Right.
You know, no problem.
Pro-suicide.
A lot of people think some people are going to Vermont more and more, not for the pizza, but maybe to check out the assisted suicide. I'm not here for that. I don't know.
Scouting.
Yeah.
I'm establishing residency.
Yeah. Who knows? Mike came in this morning and said, would you sign this? I said, abso-fucking-lutely.
You and Justin are my co-signers.
No problem. Not an issue. So Linda Bluestein, that's right?
Yeah.
Okay. Very sad. Like, my issue is not, of course, not all with this woman. She was sick. She had cancer and metastasized. She wanted to die.
Sure.
She wanted to be, you know, and I do think it's very strange, honestly, though I know the debate's on the other side about assisted suicide. Like, I think you should have the right to do that. Like, I don't really, it's your body, your choice, right? It's that, I think that's my argument on it anyway. On some issues. On other issues from Rumble, I'm not for it.
Right.
To be very clear about that. But, so Cullen, one of my many questions. So Cullen gets an assignment, I guess, in Vermont to follow this woman and a team of journalists, of documentarians, including this photographer, Jessica Rinaldi, to sort of follow this woman's last days and whatever as she leaves the earth. So in the middle of the story, like just out of nowhere. So if you're in Vermont, if you are going to be assisted suicide, if you're going to be given assisted suicide, however you want to frame it, you need two people to sign a document essentially saying that she's of sound mind while she's doing this. It can't be anybody in your family. It can't be any of your friends, and it can't be anybody in the medical community. Am I saying this correctly?
Why can't?
I think it's because they want to free of bias.
Why would people in the medical community have bias?
Well, maybe if it's your doctor. I don't know. Maybe I'm saying this wrong. Let me find it in the story. The story's endless. But you need two people basically who are in no way connected to it. So Kevin Cullen, who is covering this story for the Boston Globe, volunteers to sign this document to kill this woman. If you don't understand how that's journalistically insane, you might as well tune out for the rest of the segment. Just go to the next one where we talk about Kelly Keegs or about Vince McMahon or something. So I don't really know. I have a million. So they sign it. This woman drinks a cocktail later on and dies.
Right.
Fine, like no problem. Like if Colin was just a friend of hers in Vermont, I wouldn't care. My first question would be this. When you're given this assignment, or maybe he knew this person, and you're the Globe, which is a very liberal newspaper, like, and you write dying on Linda's terms. Like, my guess is you want her to die when you write this story. There's not a big payoff in the middle of it. She's like, screw it, she goes home. No. Right or no?
Yeah, I suppose, yeah.
So I would say that Cullen is biased there. He wants this to happen. Right. So he's an active participant. I want to know when, we'll get to the editor's note from Nancy Barnes, the Globe editor, in a moment. But like, when did they know this was going to happen? Like, did they, like, who ratted Cullen out here? Because it seems to me they added this in the actual story. So somebody must have told the Globe, because Cullen did not tell them he did this.
Oh,
wow. No chance.
I thought it was like kind of a badge of honor. Like
no way. I mean, it is crazy. I want to know, did Cullen know this woman? Were they personal friends? You know, like, it helps Cullen's story that he does this.
Some flies aren't built for the wall, you know?
Exactly. It's just the craziest fucking, once I saw what people were tweeting about, I was like, holy shit, this fucking guy is documenting this story. It's like, it's journalism 101.
Now, can I ask about the story? Because maybe I read it with the Cullen factor in mind, but the way it's written, is this done in newspapers a lot, where it's like they describe, knowing glances the couple gave to each other, and he said,
well, he better been
she
right.
said,
no,
quote,
I was one of my other notes. He better have been there for everything.
Right.
I'm sure he wasn't. Like, I have no doubt.
I have the official statement on what the witnesses, like the qualifications for witnesses. It can't be the patient's physician, a patient's relative by blood.
Cannot, you're saying.
Cannot.
Right.
A patient's relative by blood, civil marriage, civil union, or adoption. A person who knows that he would be entitled upon the patient's death to any portion of the estate or assets of the patient under any will or trust by operation of law or contract. An owner, operator, or employee of a healthcare facility, nursing home, or residential care facility.
Sounds like there's only one man for the job.
It's unbelievable. Go ahead, Justin.
It also says right before that she was like asking people and like she was acting like a trash man.
Will you kill me?
Are you talking about? Because there's two women. There's an April and then there's her. Are you talking about the April one or the one that like goes in the cafes and is that no?
Was that April?
I think it's
that's
April.
April.
Oh, April 1.
Yeah.
Either way. So she died in January, correct? This thing was signed in July. Like, they had plenty of time. Like, why did they call it to sign this in July? Here it is. At one of the meetings in July with Barnard, Linda asked a Globe columnist and also a member of the documentary team following her story to sign the form, saying she knew what she was doing and wasn't under duress. She checked this. So, I mean, like, they knew. Like,
that's a big part of the... like, I would think if you're covering the story, you would say, I can't be part of this.
But that's journalism 101.
Right.
Like, I'm not going to make myself...
I literally am not allowed to.
Well, I'll give you the editor's note in the Globe from this idiot, Nancy Barnes. The right to die has long been a controversial issue in many societies, and especially in some religious communities. Last year, Globe reporter and columnist Kevin Cullen and photographer Jessica Rinaldi set out to chronicle Connecticut resident Linda Bluestein on her mission to die in her own terms in Vermont, which has a medical aid in dying provision. Our intent was not to advocate for this issue, but to share an important perspective in a very personal, albeit wrenching story. Vermont's law, as Coleman said, requires two witnesses to sign the form attesting Bluestein was in a clear state of mind when she made this decision, and they could not be family members, doctors, any beneficiaries, which makes sense. Like, obviously, if you have a financial stake in this person dying.
Sure.
Like, I get that. A nursing home owner, employee, etc. With the support of her doctor, asked two people who were with her in July to attest to this for her. Reporter Kevin Cullen was one of these people and agreed to do so, a decision Cullen regrets.
Oh.
It is a violation of Globe standards for a reporter to insert themselves into a story they are covering.
That's big of them.
I would say this is the biggest one of all. She's dead because of it.
Pull the plug.
Like, she's dead because he signed a piece of, which I am fine with. If she wants
And
to
he
die,
regrets it.
Well, he regrets it because he got caught.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't regret it. Like, literally, like is a violation of the Globe that it was intended primarily as a gesture of consideration and courtesy does not alter it as out of bounds. After reviewing these details, we, the Globe, have concluded that this error did not meaningfully impact the outcome of the story. She's fucking dead. He signed it.
Can I tell you, all morning I've been thinking of Cullen lines, and I'm just a young AD trying to make a name for
Sure,
himself.
I understand.
But I've been thinking of Cullen lines. I'm picturing this is a movie, like a reboot. They bring the series back for like a movie.
Oh, no,
it's this story.
Yeah, I think it's a special TV movie.
Right.
Yeah, and the trailer for this, I've already thought of it.
Okay.
Is just pouring outside in the rain. And he's carrying her inside the house. You know what I mean? It's like, he's like, don't worry, you're not gonna hurt no more. You're not gonna hurt no more.
I don't want to spoil anything, but I've thought of a great ending.
Go ahead.
Where his intro song is usually Bad Company.
Sure.
Don't play that at the beginning. And then the fans are kind of like, oh, that's a shame. I missed that song. And then at the end, his last line, he puts out his cigarette and he just says, unfortunately, some of us gotta live. And he walks away, and then you just hear, don't, Bad Company.
Yeah. I like the idea. I thought the idea of Cullen like also like holding a cocktail to his hand, like, do I do this too? And
I was
You and me, Linda.
After reviewing these details, we have concluded this error did not meaningfully impact the outcome of this story.
Well, good.
For that reason, we chose to publish this powerful story, which includes exceptional photojournalism while also sharing these details in full transparency. Nancy Barnes, Boston Globe executive editor. Again, like, this is a journalist who is there to cover a story, as they said, without bias. This woman says to him, very sad, like, hey, can you sign this? Which, by the way, did she ask him? Did he volunteer? Like, there's a million. This should be like.
I'll do it.
No, but like literally.
Yeah.
Call 6. All right, here you go, Coleman. This is a main Globe number. Maybe we can get Nancy Barnes on. I don't know. 617-929-3100.
Saying it didn't affect the story is basically saying, like, she would have gotten anyone to sign it.
Well, that's what they say. And, like, if that's true, then get somebody else to sign it.
Right.
Hello, and thank you for calling the Boston Globe City Desk tip line. Please leave your tip in the message after the beep.
Oh, okay.
If you're comfortable,
well, we can do that.
Okay.
Contact information so we can follow up with you. Thank you for the interest in the Boston Globe.
No messages may be taken for this mailbox.
Thank you for calling the Boston Globe. For subscribers experiencing delays in delivery or no delivery at all, we are aware of the issue and working to resolve it as soon as possible.
People just aren't getting deliveries?
The Globe has reestablished its relationship with our previous distribution partner. PCF will once again be handling operations in the Pembroke and Peabody areas, which has seen
you can't get anybody on the phone anymore at the Globe?
As a result of this change, we're hoping to see improved delivery service in these areas as soon as Monday, January 11th.
It's comforting. Well, it's 2 weeks ago.
January 11th.
Thank you for calling the Boston Globe.
Jesus.
For subscribers experiencing delays in delivery or no delivery at all, we are aware of the issue.
How is that possible?
And resolve it as soon as possible. As you may have heard, the Globe
their mailbox is full with Steve Robinson saying, "I'm coming for you."
Well, I texted Steve the story. I guess I texted Steve the story originally the other night, and here where Steve's. I wonder if he administered any morphine. You might be right for a line.
Oh, the other note
Call
I had.
into Pizzuti. I just sent you a number, guys.
I'm sure that you would have to fact check this, I imagine, but I did like that the doctor's name was Kilgore.
Yeah.
Like James Quick and Painless was on the case.
I like to think Linda Blue is an old high school sweetheart is too. You know? Go to sleep, sweet angel. I'll see you soon.
He sings their class song to her.
Yeah.
Your call has been forwarded.
I like the idea. He's like walking out, and someone's like, you'll see her soon. He's like, where she's going, I'm not going. I'm gone. He just walks out.
Where she's going, they won't have me.
Yeah, they'll allow me there.
So I'm reading the comments on the website, and there have been like multiple comments that have been. It just says this comment has been blocked.
Of course, this is crazy. This is the craziest fucking story. And like, it's not going to get real legs because like newspapers are dead and whatever. But again, like you can make the case that Kevin Cullen literally assisted in the suicide of one of his subjects.
Oh, he did.
Stories.
They don't even make the case like that.
Yeah, right.
They say that in the editors.
Again, like people. I'm all for assisted suicide. That's fine. If Kevin Cullen lived on the street, whatever. Like he's documenting this story. It's supposed to be neutral, according to Nancy Barnes. I'd love to talk to her if we get her. I'm sure she'll talk to us. Good. Well, do we have Shirley? We have Shirley's number, right?
I think so.
I'm used to stopping the killers.
All this time, just crazy. I thought it was the fucking craziest story. I couldn't get enough of it. Let me see.
I do.
You do? All right, keep it cool.
It read as one they were doing. Like I said, I don't read newspapers enough to know how common this is. But to be like, he said this insightful thing, and she replied.
Hold on.
Message. At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hey, Shirley, it's Kevin. How you doing? Taking some heat for the story over the last couple of days. I thought you're the only person I could go to. I got another old friend of mine. Cindy, another high school. Cindy, say hi to her, would you? Cindy, that's you, Mike. Say hi.
Hello.
She's dying. I need help killing her.
I'm very sick.
We need to kill her, Shirley. Let me kill somebody else. I'm starting to like the blood of it. Cindy, okay?
No.
Call us back, Shrill. Please.
Oh, God.
I say on the spot, not knowing I was Cindy, being thrown into that.
Yeah, you did
I'm
well.
pretty proud of myself.
Pretty well. Again, it may seem like we're mocking this poor woman's life. I'm not. That's not the point. It's very sad that she died.
Right.
I'm showing how dumb fucking Cullen is. It's wild. So we'll see what happens. Of course, nothing will happen. The other thing is I looked up the original punishment for Cullen. They were like, he's to be held to a much higher standard going forward.
Oh, yeah.
So,
It was 3 months, too.
Well, that's important.
Yeah,
at
there
least.
it is. He fucking assisted in the suicide of somebody. And they're like, well, what can you do? They're going to, by the way, nominate this for like Pulitzers and all that stuff, too.
Sure.
So he'll probably win.
Maybe we get a movie out of it.
Oh, that'd be great. Well, there's a documentary.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, already.
That's what I want to know. Where you're right. That's the same thing I thought too. Is like Cullen writes us in the very Cullen style. He's in every conversation.
Right.
Like he's there every day with them.
But it's like just written as a novel.
Yeah.
Where it's like
you're
putting these in quotes. So
Yeah,
did they actually say it?
I mean, look. This is a Globy person who passed away. I'm sure she's a very nice woman, but she talked about how
she was an activist.
Yeah, and how like Roe v. Wade possibly being overturned was like screwing with her like health and stuff.
Why even bother?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So I mean, like this is. I'm sure she wanted the Globe to cover this. And that's fine. She lived her full life, and she was very sick, and I've seen that up close. It's awful. If you'd prefer to die from that, I completely understand. But I mean, this is just the craziest. I don't know if it's crazier than making fun, than pretending you're the marathon bombing finish line, but it's pretty close.
Well, it's crazier because he actually inserted himself, right? Whereas before it was kind of like he was making up that, but this is like he went as far as to sign the documents.
Right. So in 2018 they said he will face heightened editorial scrutiny. Scrutiny is what they said in 2018. So, I don't know. And when it says they asked the Globe columnist, my thing is like, did Cullen volunteer? I'm just curious how does that work? There's nobody else who could do it. Nobody. No. So in July for a January death, maybe we need a certain amount of time. I have no idea. I don't know how the process works, but it is crazy.
The one life I didn't want to take.
Yeah, just wild. You just go through the story and it's just, like I said, I feel very bad for her, but I feel bad for her husband. He seems like a nice fella, but jeez, I don't know. What's your take on it, Justin? You're a Cullen guy.
I think it's like he took the complete opposite approach of I actually had nothing to do with the story to like now I need everything to do with the story.
I want to know how they found out because Cullen did definitely not.
Or do you think he put it in there and they were like, this is wrong?
No, I think they found out. I bet you the original story wasn't in there, and somebody tipped them to it, and then he had to put it in there.
Yeah, there would have to be. That seems odd that he would do it and try to not include it, though.
Well, I think he knew that he shouldn't do it.
Right. But I guess what I'm saying is it seems like, I don't know enough about his relationship with this woman. It seems like the reason a guy like him would do it is so he could say, I did this.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. But he knows journalistically, like he's
not
a journalist,
to.
he can't do it.
But does he know that, though? Are you
he knows that. Doesn't mean he would do it, but he knows that. Also makes you wonder about just every other relationship he's ever had with another story. Like, it's crazy.
What about the photographer, too, though?
Definitely. Like, is she part of it? Jessica Rinaldi?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure she... I actually wonder, I was like, did she get uncomfortable and rat him out? Honestly, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, maybe she was like, what the fuck is this guy doing?
Or even just ask someone like, hey, is this supposed to happen? Because he's doing it pretty matter of fact.
Yeah.
It's a real quick signature.
I mean, it is.
Do you think he came up to her and asked to sign it?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know.
Do you think he was like,
may I?
I could sign it.
I just don't get why. I mean, I don't know. Like, I will say, if somebody came up to me on the street and was like, hey, I'd fucking sign. That'd be great. If you want to die, knock yourself out.
Sure.
But I get how some people would have, I don't know. Steve is into it. The Mendacious, I'm probably saying that wrong. No. Boston Globe fiction writer Kevin Cullen helped a woman kill herself for a story he was writing.
One of the headlines that I saw him write was like, purposely, this sentence is far too long. You're just trying to cram all these words.
Of course. Yeah. We'll see. I mean, I don't, arrest Cullen. Tom Shattuck says, certainly Cullen should be fired, but should he also be arrested? Who is he to actually have someone to sound my... I don't think he should be like arrested because like in Vermont, like it's a state where you can do it.
No, yeah, it doesn't seem like he did anything illegal, right?
Right. No, it's not illegal.
Arrested for murder.
That'd be great.
Manslaughter.
So we're live on Twitter right now.
Yes.
Wow.
Okay. So a whopping 24 people are watching us on Twitter right now.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you can understand. It says the broadcast has ended 10 minutes ago. This somewhere else here.
Yeah, that one, the first one didn't work, so I reset it and it's good now.
Fantastic.
Yep.
So yeah, so I don't know my guess is nothing. Either that, if they discipline Cullen, we'll never know about it, right?
Well, yeah, it'll be spun as like he helped put a woman out of her misery, basically, right?
I guess, but how's a newspaper? I get how how's a
the same way they did it last time.
I suppose, but
we're gonna keep an eye on him.
I guess, but literally, it's like I'd love to talk to somebody at the Globe. I know they won't talk to us, but
so like. Watching Steve might prove my answer, but I was going to say the only reason I know who Kevin Cullen is you.
Sure.
So do other people give a shit about this, or in that world is it just like, hey, if we ignore Minahan, then no
I
one really
guess. Yeah, but like
well,
also,
maybe
like,
I would think enough people like Steve that are just like right wingers that want to fuck with the Globe would cover it. You know,
for the Globe also, why would you even want him around at this point? Like, who needs this?
Right,
like,
yeah,
what's
right.
the?
Well, they're friends. That's
Sure,
their
I
friend.
get that, but it's like after a while, it's like, what's the payoff? This story, which is like kind of terrible, and who cares?
I like Steve sticking it to the Herald too.
He's right though.
They used to be in business.
Yeah. He's right. Like these other where is he? Honestly, there have been 3 people. Now I'll count 4 with Steve who have covered this. Me, Steve Robinson, Dan Kennedy, and Blind Owl. That's the length and width of the journalist.
Dan Kennedy got another?
Yeah, that's why Dan Kennedy wrote a story. It's like, this is like basically an insane editor's note.
Oh, good.
Yeah, your buddy Dan Kennedy.
My guy.
Yeah. He's like, this editor's note is nuts. And I didn't see it until then. It was basically like, yeah, here it is.
Oh,
Like,
good for him.
just so you know, one of our reporters assisted the suicide of a subject of his story.
When phrased like that, I mean, they must see how ridiculous it is.
But the Globe says, we don't really sure why people think this impacts the story at all. Well, I don't know. Like,
Cullen
like
put a pillow over her face.
Yeah, the Globe's like, well, we think she would have found somebody anyway. Probably, but you know what? She didn't.
Right,
She signed it. Like, if she was so certainly going to get somebody else, why, when she died in January, did Cullen sign it in July?
Right.
Like, if you're that guaranteed, that's 6 months.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
I don't know how long that process takes, but yeah, it does seem like a while.
You're right. There may be a 9. I have no idea, but like, if you're so certain of it.
Right. What was Blind Owl's take on all this?
Cullen signed it in blood, by the way. I saw the picture.
You know how pissed he would have been if, like, in November, she's like, I'm actually having second thoughts.
You get back in there.
Yeah, there's no way. Like, there's no, like, this is the end that the Globe and Cullen and all these people wanted. They wanted this woman to die because they want, which is like, they're driven politically, and for some reason this is a left wing right, like everything else. For some reason, I don't know why. I don't know why the extreme right particularly cares if this woman who's riddled with cancer wants to end her own life. Like, I don't understand.
I didn't realize there
abortion.
was a big...
Abortion. Yeah, abortion. I understand philosophically. I do understand that. This one I don't get. If you're a 76-year-old woman who has terminal cancer that's all over your body, why not just let this woman die?
It's not a religious thing, is it? Like, you don't get
Yes,
to heaven.
yes, it is. Yeah,
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah, there's a guy.
Life is precious.
They think there's a guy up there that her body will float up there. There'll be gates. There'll be some guy with a big robe who's like, no, you're going back down there.
Okay. Well, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I thought it would be that, like, they might not be in the right state of mind. I thought there would be, like, logic to it.
That's another
That's part of it too.
Okay.
That's part of it too. But like, if you're, I don't know. I've always been a Kevorkian guy.
Sure.
Like, whatever. Like, I don't. You want to do it, do it. I don't. I don't really. But like, I will say, if you're covering it and you're presenting yourself as non-biased, probably the best way to insert yourself story is not to help the woman die.
Was the Al Pacino Kevorkian movie any good?
Not great.
Yeah.
This one's gonna be better.
Okay. Good.
Cullen's gonna play himself. I just like the idea that you're right. That Cullen's always there. Like, they're having a conversation. He's just there with his notebook, just looking at them. Yeah. Can you try that again?
Putting rice in her cereal.
Just in case.
It's just crazy. We'll see. My guess is this story will float away like it always does. I actually thought there's a chance this might get like the extreme right loonies involved, like the Boston Globe's reporters helping a woman die.
Steve Shrine.
Yeah, this feels like a religious, like, crazy story
Yeah.
to me. We'll see. I don't know. We'll keep an
That
eye.
is, I am surprised, like, bigger, like Tucker Carlson now, who just will talk about anything. Why wouldn't he talk about something like this, you know?
Yeah,
Maybe
sure.
it's too small because it's Vermont or whatever.
Yeah, but it's a Globe. But still, for them, like a good, like a crazy liberal writer who has a history of manufacturing stuff in the past, assisted the death of one of his subjects. Feels like a good story to me.
It's just phrased like that. There's no way
but
you
it's
can
true.
look at it. I know. That's what I mean.
I wish I had Cullen's number. I don't. I don't think I have anybody else with the Globe's number. I just want to talk to somebody and be like, can you explain this to me?
You have Gasper's number?
I don't. He's at Chestnut Hill anyway, the Belichick press conference at 11 o'clock. Meter's very excited. Belichick and Meter are doing a show every Tuesday together, which is going to be great. I'll get you want some Mutt news? I'll give you a little Mutt nugget.
Ooh.
Mutt's such a pussy. So
we all made the same noise, by the way, when you teased Mutt news.
So my old friend Pete Shepard, who's another old EI guy, is starting this. He's the morning guy in some Tony Bruno, who's an old.
I remember Tony Bruno.
Yeah,
Fox Sports.
He has one of these networks now, which is like a bunch of local shows. Whatever.
I like it.
Pete's doing the morning shows. So I was talking to Meter yesterday, actually. And Meter's like, I called Mut the other day, and he's like, they were interested in us doing a midday show together.
Oh,
I like that.
And this is before Mut never told us about it on the show. Mutt's always embarrassed about stuff like that.
He thinks you're going to ruin it.
Yeah, he's such a worm. But it turns out they're not.
Huge breaking news.
Turns out they're not paying any money, so he's not doing it. But but like classic Mut, where he's like, no, he wouldn't make fun of him. He wouldn't have fun. He's just afraid of everything. Just afraid of his own shadow. It's unbelievable.
Well, he didn't want to. He wanted to wait until the news was official. Maybe
I should bring Mut to fucking Vermont. Whip up a cocktail. I'll get in the middle of that story. I'm happy to do that.
Could you sign that? You're not his family. I guess you could.
No, friends can, right?
I don't know.
I don't.
I'm not even really a friend, honestly.
Can you just not know this person? How do you get anyone to sign?
That's what happened. The previous woman they were talking about, like this other woman, not Linda.
Yeah,
I believe you can be a friend, but you can't gain anything. Like if
right.
if you were to, like,
it can't be
owe
the
you-
will. Yeah.
No financial gain from Mut dying.
I'm not sure.
What was I going to say? I don't know. I forget. So anyway, yeah, Mut's a worm.
Mutt's not doing it though. That's disappointing. Is Meter interested?
Meter said he found the pay was nothing.
And then he wasn't interested either.
It's like, again, full circle. I was first with John and Cherry about 5 months in. I was getting kind of feeling a little stagnant, and Herald Radio just started, and Tom Shattuck was running it. And he said, I really like you. I never met him. I want you to come to the Herald. You can write for the Herald. I'm going to give you any show you want at Herald Radio. So I went there and met with him, met the editor of the Herald. And at the end, Shattuck's like, well, we can't pay you right now. I was like, you can't pay me anything? And I was like, I'm on the morning, like an EI.
Right.
So it's like that. These things always start out with people who are like, the Tony Bruno network.
I would like Tom Shattuck being your boss.
Yeah, exactly.
Much like Belichick with the Eagles. I mean, the Boston College.
With the Eagles, yeah. That's true.
I reached out to Baldwin's burner. It was a joke.
I can't believe that. Really? It's hard to believe.
Wow.
Yeah. Tough.
What's it say about you? You believe that?
I saw it in passing, and it looked kind of legit.
What did Booby Watcher say about this?
It's tough.
It's unbelievable. Yeah, Greg Popovich is going to be the assistant coach at Arlington High School. Doesn't make any
It was a joke. Even Baldwin's burner is like, no, you fucking idiot.
You're standing by the story, though, right?
Yes.
Good. Okay.
Right now, by the way, Baldwin's burner is telling people like, yeah, someone from Barstool Sports reached out to me to see if this was true.
Jesus Christ.
I asked if he would call in. He said he's at work right now. So.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
Okay. Some decent Barstool drama over the weekend with Kelly Keegs and
I saw that,
this
yeah.
Ohio guy.
Ohio's Tate.
Yeah.
Ohio's Tate. So
Where do you stand?
I'm with Ohio's Tate on this one.
Really?
So Kelly Keegs was on with Dan, and she was basically like, I'm not going to the office on Fridays because I have to put makeup on.
Right.
And I blog from home. And so Ohio State guy was like, he looked up all her old blogs, like, you never blog on Friday. Ever. It was like, she blogged once, like, the last 6 months. Then she went back, and it was like back and forth. And then she was like, don't slut shame me. And I think it's because he had made a joke that got pulled about her OnlyFans or something.
Yeah.
It wasn't stated what it was.
No, that's what I could tell you. That's what it was. So that's what it was. And his point was, well, she has it pinned to her Twitter account that she's on OnlyFans.
Okay.
And to me, I'm not slut. Like, she make as much. Dave doesn't care. Make $1 billion on OnlyFans. Doesn't matter to me. My only thing is, like, if you're saying you're at home on Friday blogging, you're not blogging. But in fact, you're doing OnlyFans stuff. That to me would be like if you have a job at Home Depot on Friday. Like, that's something you're doing other than what you claim you're doing.
Right.
So you get called out for it. So I don't care if she's naked or banging 20 girls or 50 guys or doing none of my business.
That was happening?
No, I'm just saying on OnlyFans. I'm saying if Dave,
Yeah.
if Dave's found it, I'm like, none of my business. But I will say, Kelly Keegs was happy to shame the Mean Girls.
Sure.
Like, I mean, I could file.
Oh, that's true.
I'm
For
just
not
saying.
coming in, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have the sound of her talking with Dan about.
She wrote at one point, let's all collectively shove their self-declared unwashed clits down our throats because they get views. I don't know. Like, what? Like, which? I'm surprised this Ohio State guy didn't.
Yeah, did he even mention that? I didn't
I
see
don't
that
think
in
he
the
did.
blog. Yeah.
She dumped all over them. She ruined them, which I thought was a great blog. And she was like, you suck. You're like, we're too smart for this. You girls, basically, you're like dumb fucking bitches, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like, but now this guy goes after her she's just sensitive because Portnoy said in the show that she doesn't bring anything to the company. But, like, she's like, she got called out. She doesn't blog on, look, I do the show 4 days a week. I get it. It's also about 15 hours of content a week, and I do other stuff. But this idea that, like, you can't, like, nobody goes to work on Fridays anymore, or she's too busy putting her makeup on. It's a lot of work. You're like, what the fuck? What?
That's the shit I do like.
Yeah. What sound did you have, Justin?
I like doing blogs at home on Friday because it's a day that I don't have to put fucking makeup on to come in here. Like that's my big thing for me. If I'm being real, that's why I don't want.
And we live in a world now where a nice guy like Dan, if there's a male equivalent of that, they would get bludgeoned.
You think if Rico said he likes to stay home on Fridays?
I can stay home on Fridays because I gotta do this.
Make a Sunday gravy.
Yeah, right. So, but like that's fine. But like if a girl does it, same with Dave. Dave, like I said, double standard Dave now. Like he won't do that. He'll tell you that, I think.
Well, I think that's why Ohio's Tate in the blog had to preface it with, "I understand I'm nobody here, and I haven't earned anything."
She went on that too.
Yeah, like that. That's what I never understood. With the stuff with me is like, if you comment on someone, you have to be higher than them at the company.
Right.
I think that's what Clemmer dealt with too, where it's like, well, you can still comment on that stuff if you're not as valuable an employee, right? Like if they're doing something wrong.
And she got very mad at this Ohio State guy, and this is her writing about Alex and Jordan. I learned a valuable lesson in college, one that I wish I learned much earlier in life. You need to surround yourself with people who check you on your bullshit. The kind of people who go out of their way to tell you, hey, you look really fucking stupid right now. And everyone is talking shit about you behind your back. And it seems Alex and Jordan do not have this in their lives. I'm graciously stepping up to the plate. I can tell you, Kelly Keege's the kind of person when she leaves her room, people laugh at her. And I give Ohio State credit. Like, he called her out. This is what she wants people to do.
Right.
He's doing it. She should be thanking him.
And she basically just came back with like, I've never heard of you, right?
Hey, you're a loser, and here's a bunch of pictures of you, and you're a loser teacher, and you don't blog much either, which is fine. She should fight back. If he punches at her, she should punch back. Like, that's all in play.
Sure.
But
I don't get why him being a teacher makes him a loser, though.
Well, it seemed like the crux of his argument was like, I get paid so much less than this.
Yeah, I didn't love that. Like, I don't have any time for that. Like, that's too bad, too sad, as Harry Manham would say.
Sure.
Like, it's like you don't get paid as much because
that did feel like shitting on Barstool more than Kelly.
Right.
The pay aspect.
And like, Kelly Keys doesn't make as much as I do, and I don't make as much as Dan Katz does, and Dan Katz doesn't make as much as Dave Port. Like, this is the way the world operates. Like, I'm sorry, it's how it works. But yeah, I don't really like get the like I can't come in on Friday. Like, I don't know. There's a malaise in New York where it's just like, yeah, it's Friday.
It's empty.
Let's check out.
Everyone's very happy there.
I guess so, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
They've built up morale.
Sure. Where's Kevin on all this? Jesus, where is he?
He's probably whispering in Keege's ear. It's he's wrong. He's just massaging this girl.
Don't worry about that, girl.
Yeah, I get it.
You keep looking fresh.
I don't know.
Don't come. Take Thursday off too.
Fuck Barstool, New York.
I bet K. Marco's not in the office on Friday. I can guarantee you that.
He did say in his.
Yeah, the K. Marco's gone.
Yeah, so is he?
Yeah,
he's gone. I think no one told me that officially, but I'm pretty sure he's gone.
What a kill!
Oh yeah, I heard something about him recently.
Which I assume is why Keegs hates me. I would guess, right? They were pals, so I guess. What's that?
I thought it was more. Was she lumped in with like the Fran and Rhea and Ellie stuff, or no?
Not really.
I'm telling you, Keegs. I like Keegs fine, by the way, but she was the one person in this Alex Bennett thing down in West Virginia. Like after the fight when Alex beat up Cupcake. I went into the room after and I was like, boy, like whatever. I was like, yeah, we did it, girl. I was like joking around.
Yeah.
And they were all laughing. And she was like super serious. She was like ranting. I was like, fucking relax.
Is that her thing though? She seems kind of like purposely dry and.
I guess. I don't know.
I can get that though. I mean, if someone was shitting all over you and then like came in afterwards and was like, oh, that was good, I wouldn't be like, oh, we're cool. I'd be like, no, fuck you.
But it wasn't like a real thing. You think me and Cupcake and Alex Bennett was like a real fucking event?
It was to Dave.
It was real to me. I buy into it.
Yeah, I mean, it was just not, But also, I was like, by doing that, I'm also like, whatever. But she's like, I think, yeah. But I like her fine. I got no issues with Keegs, but I thought it was a good blog. If you're going to say you're taking your Fridays off to do blogs, you better have blogs up there.
Right.
He called her out on their shit, which she did to Mean Girls, but she doesn't like when people do it to her. So,
it's true.
Who knows?
Her response was also like, I do more than just blog. There was also like a whole bunch of.
Yeah, she was one of the things she did was talk about the horrific job she did, the wrap up of the Surviving Barstool. I'm like, yeah, don't be mentioning that. You destroyed that thing.
Oh, the other thing too is like when people come back, like going back at Ohio State and saying you're nobody. Well, you're helping make him. You wrote a whole blog about him. You're giving him a personality now. You know what I mean? Like,
right? Who's Kelly Keegs? Like,
I have the list of what she said she did.
Go ahead.
3 seasons of cutting stems, roughly 35 episodes.
Who can forget that?
It's also mainly Chicks in the Office's thing. Like, it's not like.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like,
what is that?
It's like the Bachelor wrap-up show.
Look at Coleman getting catty.
Yeah, really? It's true. Well, Coleman likes Kelly Keegs.
Oh, is that right?
She's cool. Yeah.
She was part of that. She was in that video with
Yeah.
You girls okay? Like, what's going on?
Well,
Well,
comparatively,
that was Kevin
to,
Clancy grooming him.
Oh, you're right
comparatively
about
to
that.
Caroline in that video, Keeks
That's
was
true.
normal.
Oh, that's true. She's the worst. Go ahead.
18 episodes of The Dozen.
What?
Yeah. She did 18,
Oh.
18
How
episodes.
many have I done? The dozen episodes count? Wow. Okay, good. That's like 500 of them. Go ahead.
Was elected president of the New York office
Okay.
by my
So
peers.
she's kidding her. That's good. A little self-deprecation, all right.
I don't know if she's kidding. 2 marketing trips for High Noon.
Jesus Christ.
In what's the time frame here?
Why is it this order? That's a horrible order to put this in.
2 marketing trips.
Yeah.
I think this might be just in 2023.
Okay.
Oh, okay. This month.
That basically is
They
just
did, they did 35 episodes of the Bachelor podcast.
No, 2023.
Oh, last year.
so in the past year.
Also, like, okay, but you're not writing. You said on the show you did blogs on Fridays. Like, this is nothing. You didn't write them. You said you wrote them. You're not writing them.
2 marketing trips for High Noon is hilarious.
That's
That
unbelievable.
is, you just drank.
Yeah, you go to fucking.
Well, Brandon couldn't handle it.
That's true. It's like one of those ones. There's like a picture of like her and like Nick, and they're like, "Yeah, we're in Nashville tonight," like that.
No, I thought it was more like one of the commercial shoots.
Oh, Jesus.
yeah.
Oh, like all the D-listers go and do the commercials?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
2 guest appearance on Chicks in the Office live shows.
Wow.
20 episodes of Taylor Watch.
Is this real?
55
This
episodes.
feels like in my mind when I'm trying to justify I have a job. I Quincy every week, and
42 Mut stacks.
Back to the drawing board.
Jesus.
55 episodes of On the Other Line, R.I.P.
What's that?
I have no fucking clue.
Okay. Yeah, I guess Portnoy said to her when he was there the other day, basically, you guys are just like, you guys suck so far. And I don't think she handled that well, which I get. Like, she got put in Kevin put them all in like a shitty spot. He just dropped radio and like told 9 people they were going to do it.
right.
So
After it was his greatest passion.
Yeah, so I mean,
finally the shackles of pen are off me.
But she's defending herself. She's fighting back. All right. Okay. What else?
From the Kelly Keeks.
Is that it? Or
Hosted the Surviving Barstool season finale.
wow.
So
I was
to
there.
break
She
it down,
flew in. They did her hair and makeup, and then she stood there and did nothing.
Even so, put that above the High Noon events. Maybe.
Yeah, Coleman's very down these High Noon events.
No, I love High Noon. It's great.
So do I.
Yep. But no, like I would at least put like a major reality show hosting gig above that. Wouldn't you think?
I probably wouldn't have listed all those things because it's not a great
Or just be like, yeah, I was doing other stuff, like, and I wasn't blogging. He's right. I wasn't blogging on Fridays, but I was doing this. You could just say that.
right.
As opposed to just
Did it go on the board? Yeah, it went on the board just to cross it off.
There you go. There you go. I will say I enjoyed
the dog.
Yeah. I don't know what the episode like 6 will be of that though. That's the problem with that show.
What is this?
If nothing's going on a Friday there though.
No, but Nate every week saying the other shows
Nate.
stink. Like, it's going to get a little tiresome. The one good point he did make was about Francis though, where it's like Francis is a me guy first. He's definitely not a company guy first. And I like Francis, but I think Francis would tell you that.
Nate once a week, you get less exhausted from him if he's like kind of keeping diligent notes throughout the week on that show.
We'll see.
Being the ombudsman for that show.
Yeah, we'll see. I hope so.
I have Nate on Francis.
Go ahead.
We have to just take a moment and think about how he's able to do that, the tour dates. Because before he worked here, he was doing rooms of 9 people. People were ordering fajitas while he was telling his jokes on stage. Nobody was going to see him before he worked here. And now he wants to talk about what I've earned, what I deserve, because everything I do is for Barstool. Everything Francis does is to elevate Francis.
I like Francis, but that's 1,000% true.
Oh yeah.
I think he'd tell you that. Like Francis above Francis. There are people in the company who are above themselves. That's okay.
Sure.
I think that's how the company's changed in a lot of ways. Like I'm actually a company guy first.
That is an interesting argument because then like Nate's making that argument and it's a pro Nate thing, but then Portnoy could turn it and say, without Barstool, you're nothing.
True.
Whereas without Barstool, Francis had a career still.
Also, the whole argument that
I mean, I think he made money.
Nate doing radio is taking away from his actual job of like editing the blog.
Yeah, for 1 hour on a Friday.
So like in terms of putting yourself first, like
that's still a Barstool thing though. Like he's saying that Francis is traveling all the time.
Francis is doing like a side gig. I don't think Barstool gets a slice of his comedy tour.
No?
I
have no idea. And by the way, when Francis came back, maybe it was part of his deal. So if he did, then that's of course fine.
I used to see like when he would be at the Comedy Connection presented by Barstool Sports or something like that.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they do or not.
What's that?
So maybe
It's possible.
Maybe.
they do.
I'm not sure though.
I like Francis. Like, that's part of his deal. Great. Like, I don't blame him for it. But boys, I like that somebody's at least saying it in that office,
Right.
making people uncomfortable, which is good. Well, we'll see. At least has a little bit of life now to it. So, I don't know, Team Ohio's Tate.
Yes.
I am Team Ohio's Tate on that one. Although he then wrote the second response blog, which at that point it's over.
Yeah.
Like she responded and he responded to her response. I'm like, please stop.
Oh, I didn't see his response to her.
It was
that any
terrible.
good?
No,
Her response.
it was not good. You quit while you're ahead. You won. Like quit. He did the whole like, geez, I wish you really hadn't named me or whatever. And you're like, stop. Like, yeah.
His real name's not Ohio's Tate.
I don't believe it is.
Oh.
So full-time paycheck collector / self-admitted part-time worker Kelly Cleage wrote this blog about me today after I exposed her for saying she stays at home on Fridays to blog. I must say, I'm a little disappointed with how this exchange went down. The first frustration is how our editors chose it. He does make a good point about how the editors like didn't put his thing up in time, and they wanted Nate to like go off on her instead of him.
Well, whatever.
Nate is the editor.
Yeah. I have something to do with it. It's a great point. So yeah, so there you go. Also a little fucking KMS network drama, huh?
Yeah.
I saw that. Yeah.
What the fuck is going on? I woke up last night to take my usual 2:30 wee, and I see that Menners has taken down.
It's back up.
Justin, can I tell the story for Christ's sakes? Relax. Has taken down the old the KMS Rundown show with Mut.
Right.
Which I enjoyed. I don't know if you listened to it, Mike, or not.
No, I just saw the clips.
Well, Mutt's a tune.
I would say it's essential listening.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, man. Next week I'll listen.
So let me just say this before I be the idea of Menners is funnier than Menners.
Yes.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like Menners
yes,
is
the
not,
idea that he is very passionate
he's
about
like Napoleon when he was on the island at the end. Like he's a little guy in an island who can't get out, you know? I think that's funny.
Right.
But so I see the episode that's been taken down of the Rundown. In fact, all Rundown episodes have been scrubbed from the network at this time. So I messaged Menners, I'm like, just like put this shit back up. Like, because all he ever says is like, his thing is always like, hey, I want good content on the network. All I care about is the network. He's mad because at the end of the episode, Mutt said, fuck you, Menners. And that's
why he took it down?
Yes. Indisputably triggered him.
Do you think what really gets him is that he's kind of a puppet CEO? Like at the end of the day, you just tell him what he can and
of
can't
course
do.
it bothers him. Yes, of course.
And the real power there is Joe.
And thank you to Joe, of course, for all the work she does.
Thank you to Joe.
She's not busy at the dog shop, getting probed. But yeah, so he then put it back up.
Yes. So he didn't. So he said he didn't take it down because of the fuck you Menners thing. He said he took it down because the Rundown is on strike this week.
Right.
Because of.
I'm down on those guys too. I'll get to that in a second.
Because of how it's perceived Menners treats like the Minifans and the Mike.
Sure.
How he like props up certain people.
Jesus Christ.
Puts them down.
So Ziggy Robinson reached out to me and was like, hey, we're not recording this week, but we thought it'd be funny if like we act like we're on strike. And I was like, I'm not participating in the bit, guys. So,
Right.
no, I'm good. Like,
Why check in with you on that? Oh, because you'd be pissed otherwise,
Like,
I
come
guess.
on.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
They only do the
What the
show.
fuck?
They have the show so I can listen to it while I run. So no one else cares about that dumb show. So they're doing this thing now, and of course, one of the great worms of all time, Steve from Gloucester. The minute the temperature starts going the other way, he's threatening a strike now.
Well, do you remember on the show he said he teased possibly Menners would be his new rival or something?
Yeah, that's what I mean, right?
Yeah.
And I saw Damian Bill Rick and Dave from Holland doing their show this week.
Oh my
so
God.
Menners, I've listened to Menners for years. People who may not know, Menners is people know Menners.
I want that statement in everything he does, by the way, from now on. I've listened to Menners for years.
What's true? I've listened for years.
Yeah.
He's always like, I need to give Kirk some leadership advice.
Yeah.
Boy, it sounds like he might need some advice because this network is crumbling right now under his watch. That's not even in dispute at this point. These giant names are leaving. Damian Bilrica, Daver from Hull, Ziggy Robinson,
Right.
Steve from Gloucester, Red from Maine, Sheldon from North Dakota. These people are bailing left and right on this guy. And he said they're bitching and moaning. Get your shit together. Get the ship in fucking shape. Let's go.
They were inspired by Dave. They saw the power that Dave Portnoy had in the Dozen League.
Right.
And, they followed suit. Which, by the way, it was ironic that Dave unionized, ultimately.
It's true.
In the Dozen.
It's true. I mean, I don't know, Joe. I mean, these guys all hate each other. So, to me, they want the show to go up on Twitter on Friday, right?
Yes, it seems so.
To me, fine. Except here's the condition. BA hosts, fine. I want the panelists to be Menners, Ziggy, Red, Sheldon.
Wow.
That seem fair to you, Justin?
Seems very fair.
Let's have it out. If that's not the panel, then we're not doing it live. Once it is, we'll put it on Twitter immediately. Want to do it today? We'll put it on Twitter.
How bad do you want this promotion, Menners?
We'll see. And Mentor, I heard Mentor say the other day, I'm the greatest champion in the network. That's true. The network they're doing a great job. You see the numbers are skyrocketing. Mentor's doing a fine job, but I mean, you lose Damian Bilricka, you lose the room. Like, it's over. You know that.
Right.
You can't have that.
Yeah, he's a hard guy to piss off. That is true.
Yeah, I mean, look at it. The biggest pussy there is.
Yeah.
I'm surprised. I'd probably make it to work today in this storm. So,
that's funny.
Thank you. So, I don't know. If a lot of, that's the crux of it, Justin, you think, is the strike.
Yes. And then, because then people were there were a chance for, like, Joe to become the new CEO of the network, and there's a lot of weird infighting. And
who would you put in charge, Justin?
There's a lot of championing for Joe.
There is. If you're me, Justin, remember I have this power. Who'd you put in charge?
Why not just go like nuts and like make sneakers like in charge of it?
Could do that.
I think Gus.
Justin sneakers have come a long way.
It's true. I said, Menners, you're mad that like Mut told you to fuck off. They had a guy in the show the other day who was like, yeah, Kirk doesn't want to kill himself. It's bullshit. Like, it's funny. Fucking relax. Loosen up.
Also, isn't Mut just doing that to get that reaction out of Menners? Like, Menners is giving him what he wants.
And was that show dreadful? Sure it was. Mut was on it for an hour. And like, Mut is terrible when he's like the alpha in the room.
Oh, is that how it was?
Yeah, where they're like sucking him off, and it's like just not how Mut
I'm surprised those guys would do that. I thought they
I
were
think
kind
they're
of
excited to have him on.
Yeah.
Like, it's like they think Mut's like a star still. So it's like weird.
Right.
Are you high today, Coleman? What's going on with you?
No, I'm just giggling.
Okay.
It's funny.
You're a funny guy.
Yeah.
But so Menners released this like tiny CEO talking about how it's very like, if you have to keep telling us how well the network is doing and how excited everyone is for it, like there's probably might be something to the idea that it's not.
It's like, yeah, the network, I'm not going to do an impression, but he's like, yeah, the network is growing. He's like, and talking about another loser, by the way. He's promoting this fucking loser Cinema Lord guy who on Twitter the other night, I quote tweeted this, Mike said, Tale as old as time. Did you see this?
Yes, yeah.
Where he basically was like, oh, Steve from Gloucester again. Geez, how come nobody ever fucking asked me to come on anymore? Oh, my God. It's like, I wouldn't even know who you were if you didn't tweet this out. Like, what are we doing here? Why do they do this? Why can't they just listen to the goddamn show? They get a taste of it. You know, it's unbelievable.
Well, Menners does ask the Minifans for something in the tiny CEO.
Go ahead.
But I think the Minifans have to give Joe and BA a break. I mean, Joe is still learning to be a producer. She's still almost an apprentice producer. So, she just had a bit of a struggle, getting the audio right for that night. You get people coming in.
That was the other thing. The show sucked. Their show sucked the other night. Mike and the Minifans. Mike, you should be humiliated. This is your show.
My name's.
This is your property.
Yeah, that's true.
So it was terrible, but and then he's dumping on that 7-foot guy who was fine. He was fine.
And then he also says, he's like,
well, that wouldn't have been the panel, right?
Yeah, he says that would not have been.
Yeah, it wouldn't have the varsity panel. But that's not the point. It sounded terrible. And John from Scranton, who I like, everyone's always like, he's a great producer. Every time I listen to John from Scranton production, it doesn't work. It's when the whole show knocking our audio, which stinks, and then you can't even hear him. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And he's like, then Mentor's like, you have to give BA a lot of credit. He takes a lot of time to work on this. I'm like, this fucking guy BA is on that 9-hour John from Scranton J podcast every night. Believe me, this guy only has time. Like, trust me. He's doing fucking drugs and sitting there all. I like the guy, but what are we doing here?
I should get out.
What am I doing here?
I should get out ahead of something. I gave John from Scranton an idea. I'm not taking sides in this. I just want that known. The idea was before the strike.
Oh boy, what was it?
Oh goodness.
I just told him. I suggest you mentioned the other day something like, and you said today with Cullen, like where there are new people that don't know who Cullen is or who Bob Murchison is, shit like that. I said if you went through like the early episodes and found the whole like K. Marco saga, whole Bob Murchison, all the Bob Murchison stuff, and made it like one video, like a compilation video, like here's everything that happened with Bob Murchison, and put it on the network. That'd be good for like new people to listen to.
Yeah.
But that's not me taking sides. I just want to say I'm an idea man. That's all.
Sure, I understand.
Hired gun.
Unbelievable.
I thought when I tweeted out that I would be a scab for the dozen. I do like the idea of teams of like me and 2 factory workers with Jeff D. Lowe asking us questions.
John from Scranton I like. Like, he's a good guy who works. I appreciate what everybody does in that network, especially Joe. Thank you, Joe. But like
mostly Joe.
I like the Menners is like, Minifans, people listen to the show. Like if somebody does a bad job, all they ever do is shit on us. They do show shitting us all the time, which is of course fine, but just don't shit on them, okay? Take it easy on them. Like, what is he, their fucking father?
That's good. He's taking the heat.
Like, so
aim your weapons at me.
Yeah. I mean, Maybe he needs to take like a sabbatical, like a 3-month break or something.
You think so?
I don't know. He seems like he's cracking.
Well, you kind of named Ziggy CEO in a way anyways.
I thought they were co-CEOs.
CEO.
I think it was DEO.
What is that?
There was like a CEO and a DEO.
I don't know.
And then someone became BEO.
What are those letters?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I have no idea.
It's what
I don't
happened
know.
one day.
Who knows? All I saw is, of course, and once again, when there's attention to be had, MHB starts waving his arms. He's like, I'll be the CEO. Like, where are you all the time? What is going on with you? I don't really understand that. Another Mike show right down the tubes, the MHB show.
That's disappointing.
Which one was that called?
Trash Talk.
Trash Talk.
Yeah.
I liked Trash Talk.
Yeah.
Huh. Anyway, but now we have the Blind Mike Project. Go subscribe.
That's right.
Will MHB ever be on that?
If he wants to be. I don't know if he's interested in anything I'm talking about.
Probably not. Yeah, I think he likes the old. He'll probably like the Cullen stuff today.
Yes.
There you go. Enjoy that one. What was I going to say? That's something else I was going to mention.
Vince?
Yeah, I mean, the problem is it happened like late. It's like the Keeks thing happened Friday.
Yeah.
I have to say, I believe everything that Vince McMahon thing.
Attaboy.
Yeah.
In the story.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I thought you were finally coming around.
He's so crazy. They started playing old clips from the old days where he's basically like, he told there was a clip of Stephanie McMahon talking in a documentary.
Yeah.
She was like, when she was pregnant, she's like, my dad in the storyline wanted to be that he impregnated me.
Right.
And I was like, Dad, I was like, I can't do that, Dad. Like,
I actually believe all that stuff too. If you look at what the WWF was, like he's
here's what I don't
madman.
get. So this woman, Janelle Grant, had an NDA which Vince stopped paying. So then she just went public. Obviously took Vince down. He's now gone. He's completely out of the company. One of the things in the story, there are many, many troubling things in this story. One of the things in the story is that during a threesome, he defecated on her head. I don't understand. There's a number of things I don't understand about that. Number one for me is if there's some girl right now, Janelle Grant walked in, and Justin and I were both just feeling it. We just started having a threesome with her, right?
Wow.
Justin and I started making out, and I play with his dick and stuff like that.
Jesus Christ.
But you're not, I can't, but like Vince, he's an underling. I can't do it. You have to quit the job first, Justin.
Oh, I'd quit in a second.
But Justin and I are super passionate, I can't just force a shit out.
Right.
Like, is it because he's older?
Maybe, I would say
maybe you work one up throughout the day.
Does he have like Metamucil or something?
Take
be like
prune
a
juice or
solid
something?
shit.
Yeah.
It would have to be like an enema shit or something.
I think you have the idea that you're shit. Like, it's not, or it's spur of the moment. I just have to. But like, I think it's more you work one up throughout the day.
What's titillating about that?
I think it's got to be a power thing, right?
I think so.
I'm making you do this.
Literally shit.
What do you do after if you're her? Like right away, you keep doing it.
Clean yourself off and
let's get back to
go
work.
about your day.
And McMahon over the years, I think, paid almost $20 million in NDAs to other people. So
the more interesting question is: have you ever interacted with anyone that was just shit on by Vince McMahon and never knew it? You know, how many people has that happened to?
It's a good question. I'm trying to think of anybody I know who. Nick Fazoli, I'd say. I don't know that, but the whole thing is just wild, and he's pimping her out to Brock Lesnar and these other. It's just a crazy fucking story. And Ari Emanuel made a deal with McMahon knowing that he paid all this money in NDAs. Like he had to have known in some form or fashion this day was coming.
Oh, probably.
So once, how are you laughing at, Coleman?
He's looking at scat threesomes.
Oh, okay. So
it's my job. I don't know. Someone has to do it.
Nobody asked you to do it.
He was on that very quick.
It was real.
Nobody requested that. Like,
what context would that provide to the conversation?
Get in the mind of Vince
Sure.
McMahon.
But it's like everything else. Like once Slim Jim said we're out, then the fucking thing started. Like then he was gone.
Right.
He was gone like 5 hours later, I think.
What is the Endeavor thing? I was wondering. Like, is UFC not going to be on Netflix now too?
I don't know that.
Wouldn't that come soon?
You would think
If it's
now
one
they-
company.
If they have a relationship with them now, I would think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would guess. That's the other thing. They just had a $5 billion deal 2
That-
days before that.
That is what made me wonder. I'm like, why is it coming out now? You know, just questions.
I guess. I mean, the Wall Street Journal has been all over the story. They've had the source the whole time. So
Wasn't there something too that he like named dildos after wrestlers?
Yeah, the white ones after white wrestlers.
Really?
Yeah.
He's the greatest.
Here's the junkyard dog.
One of a kind.
My God. So, I mean, yeah, it's going to, what a sad ending for him, huh?
Will he be wiped from like WWE history?
They
in
said
5
they're doing
years?
that now, yeah.
Oh.
He's like Benoit, which is weird.
But it's like his.
Yeah, he's the most important person by far in the history of the company.
Spread your gams, sweetheart. You're getting the Erwin R. Shyster.
That's what I mean. Yeah. And the Vince voice,
Yeah.
I don't know. Crazy.
That is, I think I was telling Justin on the way to Delaware about Erwin R. Shyster. That people forget how extreme some of the things in WWF were.
Oh yeah,
they had a guy, a Jewish character whose initials were IRS, who was there to collect money.
They got very into for a while into the jobs. Like a guy was like a repo man or a dentist.
Yes.
Like there's well, why is he a wrestler? I don't even understand. Like he's a dentist? Like he wrestles?
By day.
What's he working? Like he's in Fresno tonight. What did he do today? Very weird. And also my friend Bill Simmons is doing a 10-part Last Dance kind of thing on McMahon for Netflix.
That's got to be tough.
I'll be key. I don't see him mention anything on social media about this. I'll be very curious how they do that.
Yeah.
It's on Netflix.
Is it? I was going to say on Netflix, so that answers my question. I was going to say, is Vince McMahon involved at all, like Jordan was with?
I think he was, but then I think they stopped a year or two ago. I don't know. It's funny. Dave and I looked a little bit at McMahon when we were doing the Sunny thing that we didn't mind doing. Yeah. Because there's a woman named Rita Chatterhorn who said he raped her years ago, a referee.
I hate to say it in that context, but that sounds like a wrestling name.
It's true.
Chatterhorn.
There's another woman who Vince, like a massage therapist or something in Florida, who said that Vince forced her. It's just fucking crazy. Crazy. So
poor guy getting railroaded.
It's not right. It's not right. But it's a wild 67-page or so document with all these things. Things just get crazier and crazier and crazier with this,
But Netflix could put out a documentary trashing the old regime, no?
Yeah, they could. I mean,
right?
but there's a...
is that bad for business?
But there's a hit on the WWE.
Yeah, they're not doing that now.
That they just signed a $5 billion deal.
But I'm in my mind, if they're saying it's a totally different company now, or just doesn't read like that, I guess.
But there's a lot of people in the company who are still there.
Right.
There's a ton of people, including his son-in-law, who runs the company.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. Who knows? What else, guys?
Did you watch Royal Rumble this weekend?
We watched a little bit. Harry we were not impressed with it. No, Harry and I were not impressed. Not a great show.
It was tough to hear him in Delaware say it's all fake.
It was a sad moment for me when he came to that realization.
Yeah.
Worse than Santa Claus, because it was almost kind of like he was sort of like, Dad, why'd you do this to me? Why'd you pretend this was real?
Right.
I'm like, well, look, these guys still get hurt. And he's like, yeah, but it's not the same.
Right.
It's not the same.
He'll come around again.
Yeah, that's what happens. I think he's in that age now where it's see you later for 5 or 6 years.
Yeah.
Then he's
not
in
cool anymore.
Yeah. When he's in college, it'll be kind of fun.
Nostalgic.
Yeah. I hope. For me though, I'm okay taking a couple of years off. But yeah, we did not go to Carabas's.
That's disappointing.
Yeah.
What fills that void? Is he going to get into football now or something?
It's a good question. We watched the games yesterday.
Gambling?
Yeah, we gambled a little bit in the games yesterday. But he was like, Dad, there's just so many commercials. I'm like, it is endless, these football games.
So I fell asleep
Endless.
to it.
The hell are you laughing at, Coleman?
The infomercial thing. I was tying it back to last week.
Are you on drugs today?
No, I'm just saying that's somewhat relevant.
No, he's saying there are a lot of commercials. Not saying they're silly commercials.
All these boner commercials.
That's what I'm saying. Right.
No, your thing was there was a commercial on.
Yes.
He's saying there were a lot of commercials.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense.
It all comes back to commercials.
Yes, go ahead.
I saw the Niners were coming back, so I just put YouTube TV on my phone, and there are a ton of. It was annoying.
Oh, great! I think also part of that was
because I watch Red Zone during the season.
Yeah, and the Ravens Chiefs game for a while there was just 3 and outs, so it was endless commercials. It was 12 in a row. Where you're just oh god, the same commercials, the same terrible CBS shows, the same.
I was telling them there was Did you see the commercial they had that was kind of sad? It was almost like Seinfeld was coming to an end or something.
Yeah, Bob Hart's
the last season of Bob Hart's Have a Show.
I was like, boy, we have been here for a while. It's 5-6 years, right?
Yeah,
it's crazy.
I think season 5.
But yeah, so the 49ers are a 2.5 point favorite. Is that right?
Yes.
Think?
Yes.
Just nice. Taylor's going to be the Super Bowl.
It is good. She's gonna be able to get back from Japan. She's there the night before as well.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I saw that whole thing. Was
Taylor
that Mike?
versus,
Was that Justin?
I said, thank goodness.
We didn't give her a look yesterday.
I didn't see it.
You didn't see her yesterday?
I didn't watch the game.
You didn't watch the game?
No.
Why not?
I was driving back from Newark.
Why? Where were you doing Newark?
I sold snow cones this weekend.
For what?
For Monster Jam.
Oh, okay. How was that?
It was good.
Okay. All right, good. How's your boy?
Good.
Yeah?
Yeah. Everyone's great.
Great.
Okay. Newark's tough.
Go ahead, Justin.
There was a tweet.
It's not a great area.
Jerry Callahan had a. I don't know if you saw this tweet by him.
I didn't.
Liz Warren raped me in a dressing room at Macy's.
Yeah, they're doing this whole thing because of the E. Jean Carroll thing or whatever it is with Trump.
Yeah.
There's
so no context to it.
Yeah, so that's like the joke now is we're all the.
We're all rape victims.
Yeah, like we all got raped.
Oh, okay. Me too, as it were.
Yes, yeah.
It would be funny if I tweeted out Jerry Callahan raped me in a dressing room at Macy's in downtown Crossing.
I did not.
What? It was consensual. You came first.
He's not my type.
Yeah, I don't get the. I mean, I get what. I mean, I don't know. That's like that feels like a Montante tweet. In some ways, where it's like they're all So I guess this woman Trump has to pay her $80 million or something. I don't know. I suspect he's not going to pay her that money. Just a guess, but what do I know?
Pretty righteous.
Speaking of the boner pills, the Friday plans did come in.
I saw them. Have you taken them yet or no?
No, I have not. I haven't even opened it up yet.
I hate to say this, but what Gus would have done is taken all of them right before.
That's true. That's true.
So I looked up why you shouldn't take it. One of the reasons why you shouldn't take it is if you have a rare genetic eye disease.
Uh-oh.
And I was like,
You go blind. Don't worry, Justin's not able to open it, so it's never going to be an issue. Here, you got it. Okay, let's see.
Me and Justin are going to start a podcast called Fully Blind and Fully Erect.
What is that? I can't see how
It's
far.
the packaging. It's got like a.
That's beautiful.
It's got a cock on it.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, if you know what I mean.
I understand.
If you know what I mean.
I do know what you mean.
Well, Mike, it's not actually a penis. It's a.
It's a rooster.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Get it?
Sorry.
Hey, yeah, buddy.
Jesus.
What?
Hey.
Very excited.
Oh, they're like little condoms.
Really?
Yeah, they come in like condom pouches.
So the commercials.
When are you going to take them?
It's probably too late now.
Yeah, you don't have to now. I'm just curious.
Too late for what?
Well, if you wanted me to pop one like before the show.
That's okay. That's okay. Are you worried at all about taking these?
Well, when I looked it up, it was like if you have a rare genetic eye disease, it doesn't explain why.
It's not what you have, the one they listed.
But
also, like,
but it's close.
Also, like, you just shouldn't take them anyway. Like,
have a rare inherited eye disease.
They're not healthy.
Such as retinitis
pigmentosa.
But what if it's like my thing too?
Yeah, that's what they thought I had for
What's
a while.
in
So,
Mike, have you taken
It's pretty close.
Have you taken boner pills before?
I tried Cialis.
Really?
And is that when your eyesight started getting a lot worse?
Were you having erectile dysfunction?
No, it was in college and someone had them, and I
Yeah.
thought it was like you just immediately get hard.
Didn't happen. Huh?
It didn't.
Can I just say for this company, like, good service. Like, they got it to you. Like,
it was here Friday.
That's what I'm saying.
They haven't taken all your money, right?
Oh, let me check that. That might be.
Let me check.
I'm pretty impressed with them overall as like a business, I would say.
What's in the secret handbook there?
Oh. It's called Seeds.
Yeah, it literally says
Handbook.
secret handbook.
Oh. Just a little black book with women's names.
Control everything in the members area. It's just.
You really believe that Belichick was going to go to BC?
Baldwin's burner tweeted it.
I think it's just.
Walk me through that in your mind, Coleman. You see that. Mm-hmm. You never say this is a guy who's made, I don't know, $150 million.
I just compiled it with the fact that he's not seemingly getting a job.
I know, but
yeah, he's not desperate for one.
It's like he's like.
Well, I thought it would be more like
Coleman's
like
he's
an advisor.
He's got to do something during the day.
Yeah.
You figured it was either this or Bill's stack.
Go work at a bookstore. Oh, God.
Belichick's got his Friday 4-pack coming out.
That'd be good. I'd read that. I read he's going to go to TV. It's like a studio analyst for a year.
Remember he did that for like one year when he wasn't in the Super Bowl.
It's like
or
a
something?
dry, but the problem is like I can't see him with like Jimmy
Laughing
Johnson.
with Michael Strahan.
Yeah, or in New York. I imagine he'd do New York.
He'll probably
AFC.
Right.
Probably join WBZ.
You could see him doing that probably. Yeah. I can't see him with like Bill Cowher and like Phil Simms. Maybe, I don't know.
Him and Steve Burton.
They have to build it around him though. Like you have like Belichick be like the fifth guy. Be like, oh, Phil Simms.
I guess, but he's not a personality.
I know. It's almost like it'd be better if you had him do like little coaching like segment stuff almost.
Right.
I think.
Well, almost the way they have the refs in the booth, where you just go to him for little insights.
Yeah, I guess
But that seems
talks too low too
Yeah.
to be like a booth guy.
McAfee was saying too that he wants him to like join his show basically.
Well, great. Who told you that?
McAfee.
Oh, okay. Not Pat McAfee, right?
John.
He's taking over John McAfee's enterprise. That would be great. What else, guys?
Does anyone have any stories they'd like to tell from Rough N Rowdy?
What?
Why'd you say it like that?
Yeah, that was weird.
Why do you?
I might, but I want to see if anyone else wants to tell this story first.
What are you talking about?
Did maybe a Barstool employee come up?
Oh, Lisa? When she came up?
What happened with Lisa?
I didn't. I saw live events.
This
Lisa.
was when we were just in there.
Live events Lisa had I don't like people who wear winter hats inside.
Oh no,
no.
She always is wearing it.
I know. I don't really. She's like.
I've
Those
been known
people's
to
like,
do
I'm
it.
always cold. I'm like, nobody's always cold.
If I'm wearing a winter hat, I don't take it off inside.
Well, you're an asshole. We all know that.
That seems harsh.
What do you want me to say?
I gotta be honest.
Congratulations, okay? You're an asshole. Go ahead. What happened?
I don't know. She was just kind of like acting very strange around us.
What happened, Justin?
She came up. She was like, oh, hey, Coleman, how is it? How are you doing? And Coleman was like, great. And then she's like, oh. And then she goes to say something, and then she goes, you two aren't like Cullen, are you? You're not going to tell him, would you? And then she's like, oh, you totally would tell him. And she starts having like this panic to herself. She's like, oh, should I even tell you guys? You guys are going to say it? And I'm just standing there like, I love this. I'm like, keep on going.
Yeah.
Tell you what?
Basically, this story that she was at a bar and a Minifan bought her a drink because he felt bad for her.
Okay.
She wouldn't say who it was.
Well, I feel bad for her too. I mean, you know.
And it was just like, it was very telling that she was just like on edge. But and she said, she was like, oh, and there's one of the Foreplay guys who's a big Minifan. And I always ask him, I was like, oh, has he brought me up on my show, on the show recently, blah, blah, blah.
No.
Riggs?
No, probably Kyle. Probably Tim. Probably Kyle Tim's.
It's like one of the Foreplay guys.
Well, that's kind of a terrible story.
And then like she was walking away and like some other guy wanted
No, am I wrong?
You're not wrong.
Go ahead.
Well, I just wanted to see if Coleman would bring it up, to see if he was trying to maybe protect
I just didn't
live
think
events
much
Lisa.
of it. It was just like a weird.
Why didn't you bring it up?
Because I wanted to see if Coleman. I did bring it up.
It was a test.
Of what?
To see if Coleman would bring it up.
If he didn't bring it up, what does that mean to you, Justin?
It means that he's on live events Lisa's
Oh, I
side.
got you. Yeah, I can see that.
Or he knows a terrible story when he sees it, which has never been
Wow,
true.
let me say, he's learning. He's learning.
She is funny though.
Coleman does not bring up a terrible Barstool story? What the hell's going on here? Well, I assume your relationship was probably fine. Probably not much relationship with her in New York, right?
No, I think it was like one stool scenes. I like filmed her doing like cleaning up.
Yeah.
And that was it.
That's what she
She was
should
like,
be doing,
yeah.
I've never interacted with her. I don't know who she is or anything. I don't think I've ever met her.
I don't like
Just
her.
based on the stories you told, it seems like she thinks like she's kind of she's the funny girl in the office, maybe.
I
Like
think
in
she
that
thi-
world.
there's
And so
this-
she's kind of ball busting with the guys here, you know?
The real damage in the last 10, 15 years of the 20th century was the invention of the show on the HBO Sex in the City. Because it allowed all these women to think they're in their own sitcom like that. Where they're like, oh, I went on a date with a guy who's got bad breath. And oh, I'm on the middle aisle of a plane. I can never catch a break. And oh, you know, my man. It's like, oh, God, just please. Live your life. We're all trying to get through our fucking miserable lives. Like, trust me, you're no different than the rest of us.
Right.
I actually watched that over the summer.
I believe that
Yeah.
very much. I believe that very, very much.
I'm a big guy. Big
very
screen.
much believe that.
Big guy.
Oh, so's Mike. He's a big Chris Noth guy. He got canceled, right?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Oh, poor guy.
Yeah.
What else, Justin?
So it seems like everything is kumbaya with Team Minahan now.
Yeah, like I said, we're fine. We're good. We're good. I think we're playing tomorrow. And I told Hank, I said it, I don't know if I said this on the show yet or not. Probably not. He messaged me and said, hey, I want off the team.
You did. Yeah.
Oh, okay. On the show I did?
Give me one chance, one match,
Yeah,
basically.
So just give me one. He said, okay. But it seems like we're okay now. We'll see how it goes. We're taping a match tomorrow night. And we'll see how it goes. Like if there's team, Rico and I are getting along great.
Good.
Yeah. Hasn't called in today, but that's fine. You know, he's out with he's his bros trip this weekend.
Yeah. It was the real shame of all of it was that your beef with Rico started right as John Sterling was calling me fairly often.
That's true.
It's a shame those,
That happens.
it's a shame those dried up.
That is a shame. That is a shame. So I think we're okay now. We'll see going forward. I don't know, but yeah, everything seems fine. I had a good time with all the guys the other night. We were bullshitting around before the show, and everyone's mood seems pretty good.
Excellent.
I don't think there's any notable Barstool gossip that I can give you guys. Nothing really stood out to me.
Dozen is fully back in business.
The dozen is fully back in business. Dave gave in. We got the 1 seed, and we have a bye. Like we said, we have a bye, so we're in good shape. See how it goes.
Fantastic.
Yeah. What else?
Rico did say he saved you. I think was it what's his name? The guy who runs Rough N Rowdy, Devlin. He asked you were going to, what was it?
Judge the bikini contest at the end.
Yes.
Yeah, and that meant that was the end of the show, and I was like, at some point I gotta get out of here. So yeah, I wasn't gonna.
Rico swooped in and saved you.
That's yeah. Well, I think Rico also wanted to do it. But yeah, it was very nice. No, it was they do a good job. It's crazy. I mean, that's a big production. They do a good job. It was a good crowd too at the beginning when I was like, oh, no one's here, but they filled the place pretty good. I have to say.
Nice. Did the Be a Man guy go home with one of those girls?
I don't know that.
Attaboy.
On Twitter, I thought he said like last night in Providence, and then the next picture was like still in Providence. So it was like,
that
like
dirty
a morning
dog.
after type thing.
Yeah,
Dirty dog.
Good for him. Jesus. Sorry. Milton's. Got Mike.
I was just going to ask, did they say anything about, I know like Portnoy will tweet out numbers a lot and stuff. I was curious if it did any better or worse on Thursday.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I have no idea. Yeah, it's a good question.
I think it's still available.
Is it?
Yeah, I think they said until like February 3rd, I believe.
Nice. Jeff D. Lowe texted me. I haven't been able to hear the show all today, but I have a scoop for you. Just heard Bill Belichick is interested in a role as manager of Chestnut Hill Chipotle.
Wow.
He just has to stay in the area.
That Chipotle needs it, honestly.
Yeah, he would do a good job doing that. Yeah.
That was like ground zero for Ebola or something, wasn't it?
Yeah. That was the kickoff for the whole thing.
Yeah,
yeah. And they got through the fire. They were one of the sponsors of the game yesterday, I saw. Like they've hung in.
Good.
What the hell are you laughing at, Coleman?
Justin started giggling a little.
What are you guys laughing
Contagious. I don't know.
They were legitimately advertising during the football game yesterday. What the fuck am I missing?
I don't
what are you
know.
laughing at, Justin?
It's just the way you say it.
What are you laughing at?
You're just a funny guy.
What the fuck are you laughing at?
You're just a funny
I
guy.
don't even understand this.
Oh, come on, you.
I don't
You're
get
the
it.
best.
I get fucking 3 more shows this week? Jesus Christ. Go to Miltons.com. Please help me out. Just buy clothes and just save me. I got many compliments. I'm at Milton's. I was wearing dungarees, as the kids say, the other night. I don't know if you saw that, Coleman, at the Rough N Rowdy show. I had my jeans on from Milton's.
What are dungarees? I don't know if I know.
They're jeans. That's what they are. Coleman's a joke. I'm old.
Oh.
Point is, did you see the outfit from Milton's the other night, Justin?
Of course. I did.
Yeah, it was looking good.
Styling.
Many compliments. Well, thanks to Milton's for that. Go to Miltons.com. The 3 great locations: Chestnut Hill Square, Chestnut Hill, Burlington Mall, and Social Plaza, of course. And the people at Burlington were great. I went and got that sweatshirt, whatever that was the other night. Awesome, very helpful. They said men fans are coming in there, talking to them all the time. A couple from Canada, they were saying the other day. So we appreciate that. I know Milton's does as well. Go to Miltons.com, get your great clothes. We will be there before the big show in March. I guarantee you that. Miltons.com. All right, what else?
This from Mike and the Minifans. It was Justin, apparently an old video about him jizzing on chicken patties.
But here's where it gets.
Justin's very angry about this for some reason.
I never jizzed. I thought it's a stupid clip where I said when I was in seventh grade.
This is Justin Bits right here.
No, when I was in 7th grade, I
JB.
thought about jizzing on a chicken patty and eating it. I never did it. I say it in the video. I did not do it.
If I can give some insight where I don't think it's Justin Bits.
Sure.
Is Coleman said something like, I got to pull that chicken patty video. And I said, chicken patty video. And Justin goes, it's me talking about coming on a chicken patty. It's not anything good.
No, we're all playing. I won't upset you, Justin. Did you pretty much cover the whole thing right there?
Pretty much.
Okay. So you're saying you've never jizzed on a chicken patty?
I've never jizzed on a chicken patty.
Why did you think that was enticing? How old were you?
I was 13 and
so
I was
it's
like coming straight from school and I was like, what if I just came
So the
on
mind where that's sort of all you're thinking about the time.
Yeah, I think I jerked off like 7 times that day or something crazy.
7 times that day. Okay. Speaking of something crazy, I have decided, Mike, I'll announce this now. Big announcement. Play the clip, Coleman. Play the big announcement. Hang on. Mike is gasping.
Come on. Sorry. Here we go.
Big news.
There we go. You find it strange, Mike, now that Alba, after Regan is offering to go to Vermont more with you now? She's saying she wants to go there this weekend.
Hey, I know we don't ski and it's winter, but
you thirsty? Why don't you have this cocktail? Have a sip. We are not going to Alaska.
Oh.
Hold on. Everyone hold on. If you have horses, hold them. I like this idea. This summer, July. What are you smiling at, Justin?
I'm holding my horses.
We're holding horses.
Okay.
We probably are high as fuck.
Easy, girl.
I don't understand what's going on back there. Were you guys fucking? Like, I don't understand. Are you in love? I think they're falling in love back there.
No, I don't love him.
What the hell is going on back? I don't understand.
I like him, but I don't love him.
We're going to do a show, a Saturday show in July. I'm not sure which date in July yet, boys, in Madawaska, which is the northernmost point in the United States. Northeastmost point, I suppose, in the United States. Then we're getting in the cars after that, and we're going across the country doing a bunch of shows, and then we're going to wind up in the westernmost point in the United States. In Washington State, we'll do a show there.
Okay.
And turn around and do it again. We're staying in the United States. Alaska is, But this is not just more manageable, but I think more of an interesting from one spot to the other spot. I like that. I like that. So we're doing that.
Sweet.
The Alaska thing is like, why are we going to Alaska? Like, what's the game? What are we doing?
Just because it's weird.
Yeah, but like it feels like I like this. I like going from spot to spot.
Well, now what's the point in Washington?
What's the point of any of it?
No,
I'm
I think he's
asking
like, what's the most western point?
Oh, I looked it up. Look it up, Justin. Would you? I forget the name of the town. There's a little town there. It's got a pizza place. We're doing a show from there.
Oh.
Yeah, we're doing it from there. And there's a whole bunch of we're going to do all the live show stuff in between. We're going to do the Michigan ones. We're going to do the Dakota.
Winthrop?
I don't think so. I'll find it. But yeah, and then we're going to do all the shows in between. You know, the caravan's going to be a rolling there and back. So be ready. 2 weeks, Coleman.
Let's go.
July. Yeah.
Wow.
We are going. Yeah. Yes, we are. Anyway, go ahead. What else?
I did have 2 Robert Redford guy calls. Pretty good.
Okay.
Backstabbing. You know what? We got Mike in Pennsylvania. Want to talk a little football championship games
Who is
and
this?
Belichick? Ooh,
This is Beetle and Decker.
Okay. I thought
Two?
Michelle Beadle?
I thought it was Jew with the car.
It did for a second there.
Mike,
That's
what's
sexist,
going
though, isn't
on?
it?
So, hey guys, just wondering if Belichick doesn't get a job, would he go the Mike Manansky route of unemployment, write a Substack, and drive 40 minutes into a New Balance gym every day? What are your thoughts?
Okay, I like what you did there. I like it. And maybe, God, do you think he knows what?
Why?
You know what, Mike? That
does she think
makes me
happened?
want to.
I am confused. I don't understand. Okay, go ahead. What's the other one?
And this one.
Fade Goff in that
I don't know if I
scenario. As
have
we go to
the
Mike
station.
in Detroit, who probably doesn't like that last take that I just gave you. But Mike, you have the last word from the streets today. You got about a
Hold
minute
on.
with
Is that
me here,
DA?
man. What's up?
No? Who is that? I feel like I know that voice, no? They all sound the same, right?
DA to me sounds. I remember him being more extreme than that.
Oh, but than that? Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Do you know who that is? Or no, Coleman? I feel like I know that voice.
Didn't ring a bell.
Mad Dog Sports Radio.
Oh, okay. Somebody there. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, am I
Mike,
there?
Yeah, Mike, what's up? You're on.
Oh, hey, man, listen, I love Goff, but, listen, I worry he could be like a late-night infomercial, man. Too good to be true, you know what I mean?
I like that analogy. I do. A late night infomercial. Yeah, that's good.
Oh, he likes that.
I mean, it's like all the things Walgreens, CVS don't want you to know about. What are your thoughts for the game tomorrow?
What did that even mean?
What is going on? This show is
What's
crazy.
your lines tomorrow?
That song, by the way, people love that song.
It's such a great song.
Did you see the
People
bump that it got in views like since we started playing it?
I don't.
It's north of like 50K now, and it was like at like 2,000 initially.
When are we going to get this person, this person, the performer, transgender performer, correct? In
Yes.
studio? Or, I mean, is this where does this person live?
We need to go through.
How do we get in touch with this person?
People's Republic has talked with them.
Oh, okay. We need to get Mike. Well, Mike is wine and dine many
I'll go to lunch
transgender
with
people
him.
at lunch.
Yeah.
that's-
Well, I think they speak Spanish.
Mike does that.
Sure.
Spanish fly. Yeah, right?
I don't speak that. No. It's long been discontinued, I think.
That's what your man Cosby said. Well, so do you think we'll get in touch with this person?
You try, yeah.
Let's do it. Friend.
Was that someone put the Justin dance video to that? Is that what
Yes.
I saw?
I saw that. Yep, I
was
saw
very
that.
good.
And then there was you guys did the one of me, Hank, and Rico, which I liked as well. It was very funny. So there you go. Okay. What else, Justin?
Is it Forks, Washington? Is that what you're thinking of?
It might be. We're going.
So
Bring your knives.
By the way, can I just mention? So this is how. Shut up, Mike. This is how. This show is just. They're both idiots. So I'm like, hey, can I get the list of the 10 places where we're doing the show? And so Coleman texts me the 10 places, a picture of it. So Traverse City, Michigan, we'll do that. North Dakota, South Dakota, Colorado, Kansas, Nova Scotia, Canada. I guess Coleman thinks Nova Scotia's not in Canada. Round Bar Theater, Amish County, Indiana. Panora, Iowa, Royal Oak, Michigan. And on the right, scribbled is MHXBoobEEX.
That's the guy's Twitter.
Okay.
That's I needed to just have it on that list, so I was like, let me just write it in.
Is MH New Hampshire?
Yes.
Okay. That's his Twitter handle?
XBooby with 3's X.
Okay, but the MH is just not.
No, it's New Hampshire.
But that's not connected to XBoobyX.
Well, it is because he had.
Oh, he's a New Hampshire show.
Yes,
Got it.
exactly.
He's the guy who bought all the tickets.
Yes.
Pay-per-views.
I'm sorry, for the pay-per-views. Yes. Yeah,
also, my takeaway from it was that some are states and others are towns.
Yeah, Coleman's not super...
We're just going to Colorado.
Well, look at this. The dozen trivia rankings just came out a minute ago. And look who's ranked number 1. T. Minahan.
My
what
God.
a run. Wow. What an
It'd be great
impressive...
if you guys didn't win a game the rest of the year. Just number 1 seed.
What an impressive week for us. Unbelievable. How nice to be on top again.
Good for you guys.
We've been the 1 seed in a while. So my thing is we're going to do I'm mapping this out right now, guys. I'm handling the transportation for the show in terms of where we're going, where we're staying. We're going to do the Iowa show for sure, Colorado for sure, the other Colorado show for sure, the Dakotas for sure, and I think the Michigan show. So we're going to bang out 6 or 7 of these. We're going to do a show every night on this trip, somewhere. Whether we're doing it, I don't know. And there's some rumors, Mike, that the sponsorships may be stepping up for this one.
Oh, very nice. An RV company, perhaps?
We'll see. One up in Brunswick, Maine may drive down. Steve Robinson may bring his RV for the,
That's exciting.
For the trip. So, yeah. Expect to see Steve Robinson here in the next couple of weeks, too, at some point.
Here we
go. And, by the way, tomorrow, joining Mike, Coleman, Justin, and myself, is former producer Dave Cullen.
All right.
Studio. Yes.
Very nice.
Fresh off the Turtle Boy story and Disney World.
Yes.
Trying to get the Turtle Boy ride at Tomorrowland, I think, or something.
I don't know if that would be Disney friendly.
Well, hey, they're changing. They're trying to keep up with the times. What else, Justin?
I'm just looking through the. So we're not going through Canada.
You're not.
So we go back towards Boston.
I'm going to say we're going to head back toward Boston. Yes, if we're heading to Massachusetts, that is the plan.
Gotcha. Can I have a request for the trips?
Hold on. I'm going to try and guess what this request is. Let's see who gets closest to guessing this request between you and I, Mike. You know Justin better than me.
Okay.
Is this a request for the ride back or for the ride out?
Both.
Oh. Go ahead, Mike.
It's going to be something silly. Like, can Coleman... Can Coleman sit up front or something like that?
I'm thinking there's like a Star Wars something like that. I was thinking more of that world, like some museum, and you know what I mean.
I was thinking Taylor Swift.
Go ahead,
Tell me Taylor.
For the ride there, like I really appreciate the hotel we got in Delaware. It was way too nice.
I was on the right track. Yeah, he wants to stay the Days Inn.
It was way too nice.
It was way too nice. Way too expensive.
I paid for it. What do you care? It comes out of my end.
You could save a lot of money. Days Inn is
what hotel was it?
I think it was like a Hilton or something like that.
Yeah.
You can stay at Days Inn for less than half of that.
You think I'm staying in the Days Inn?
No, not for you, for me.
Okay. Yes.
So I was right essentially.
Well, you said Coleman's at the front seat.
No, I knew it was going to be something zany. Like, I want to stay in a worse hotel.
Boy, Mike, you won. I thought it was going to be dead serious. I thought you say, I want to meet with my dying aunt who I've never seen in my life.
A typical question there would be like gas money or something. Or can
I
rent a car?
Everything either gets, you just expense it, or it comes out like, I don't got, yeah, right. Yes. So give me an idea of give me a place. All right, so we'll pick, so the route right now heading out there, okay?
Yep.
I think our first show is going to be in Panora, Iowa. So map out Madawaska. Remember, we're leaving from Madawaska, guys. Madawaska, Maine to Panora. Mike, are you in on this trip, by the way?
2 weeks.
We can negotiate the dates.
Okay.
We'll fly you back.
Because in July, I'm in a wedding in July.
When's that?
That's the only thing. I want to say the end of July. I'll make sure. But
who's
I
getting
think
married?
the end of July. My buddy from high school.
Okay. You're in the wedding?
Yes. I can't miss
the end of July.
I want to say July 27th, but I'm not positive.
I think we can work around that.
So
we can work around
Madawaska to Panora, Iowa.
So other than that, you're in, you're saying?
I should be, yeah.
You sound excited. I like that.
Hell yeah. Let's go.
Mike, you say the shitty hotel, riding the car with Coleman and Justin.
Yeah, the Days Inn negotiation has me troubled. But
So how far is it from Madawaska to Panora?
It is a 1-day, 3-hour drive.
27 hours in the car?
Yep.
That's a 27-hour drive?
That's what it says. If you go through Canada, it's 23 hours, 41 minutes.
Okay, well, you could do that. I mean, you can do that.
You just said we're staying in the United States.
No, I'm saying if it's a quicker way, you can go that way. We're not. My point is we're not going to Alaska through Canada. But if it's a quicker way to get there, fine. So we're obviously going to stop somewhere then at that point. So say we leave Madawaska, whatever, after the show. Are you going to drive through that night or no?
Probably.
Okay. So point is first place wherever we stay. Let's say we do the show in Panora, right?
Yep.
So that night, say we do a show in Panora at night. Where do you want to stay? Are we talking like a legitimate shithole? You want to stay in the shithole?
Let me see.
I'm looking at Panora, Iowa motels right now. Like, do you want to say the Motel 6 in Stewart? The Sleep Inn? The Econo Lodge? Do you have any pride?
Can I ask for a food stipend? This is my other fear.
No, Justin. Yes, you're allowed one meal a day.
The Economy Inn Motel Stewart looks nice. On Kayak, it's $61 a night.
This is the one I'm looking at right here?
Yeah. It's got cool, like, blankets.
Cool blankets.
The Economy Inn where?
Economy Inn Motel Stewart in Panora, Iowa.
The Economy Inn in Panora.
We just stay in a regular hotel instead of finding the worst hotel in Detroit as a joke.
I will say, like, on my end, like, it's not like, if we're in Panora, it's not like I'm going to be staying at the fucking Four Seasons either, by the way.
Right.
Like, hopefully I'll get a Fairfield Inn or something.
Right.
Like, you know, I just want a room to be clean.
Yeah.
When the lights go out, like, it doesn't really matter, but if the place is clean, the AC is good.
Yeah.
This Economy Inn has a 3.4 star reviews.
You worry about bed bugs and stuff like that.
Like, you'll be fine.
Can't imagine why.
Motel was clean.
Let me see.
His first review. Meh. Oh.
Coleman is like obviously a rich kid, but like, can he play in your level here, Justin? You think this is like a Coleman test, wouldn't you say?
I can kick it.
I respect that.
Kick it. It's probably cool for him.
515-523-1122. Need it again?
I think we're calling.
What?
I'm telling we're calling.
Well, I would think so, Justin. I'm just throwing out. I know I'm losing my mind. I'm getting old. I'm getting at the point where I'm saying random numbers.
All right.
515-523-1122. $45 a night.
Perfect.
Lab Tape, good morning. We're looking to stay at your place sometime in July. I have a friend of mine who wants to stay there. He wants to know. Well, go ahead. He's on the phone as well. Go ahead, Justin. What are your questions?
Hi. Yes, I'd like to see if you have a room available in July.
July. What's the date?
The 8th.
No.
July 8th.
Yes, July 8th.
July 8th.
What are your normal rates?
You looking single bed or double bed?
Double bed.
2 bed.
It's cheaper for single.
What do you think?
What's the out of curiosity? So we're doing a show there. It's a podcast. We do a live show. What's in the area like? So if we're staying there, what from a walkability perspective, what could we get to from your establishment?
I'm in Stewart, Iowa.
Stewart, I'm sorry. What can we get from what's around your motel? What's within walking distance?
Walking distance is like a front side the gas station.
Mm-hmm.
And other side is a McDonald's, Subway, and other gas station too.
Okay.
Town in a
Okay. How are your
town is like little Mexican restaurant too.
Oh, all right, Justin. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, we don't really need anything around it though.
Well, no, I'm just saying. So it would be about $70 a night. Is that about right?
Yeah.
Okay. Great. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Okay. Bye.
I'm having reservations about this.
You just made one. What do you think, Justin?
I like it.
Yeah, it seems about right. You can walk to a McDonald's.
But like we won't be doing much walking. It's just like a place to sleep.
Well, maybe not though, but maybe like everyone's assuming I think we're gonna do shows at night. If we roll into Panora at 3:00, we're gonna do a show there at 5:00 or something. So maybe we've driven for you just want to have a little relaxation, go for a walk after the show.
Yeah, I'm not much of a go for a relax.
Well, maybe Coleman or Mike is, you know?
We're going to be sitting for 2 weeks straight.
That's what I'm saying, Justin. Let me take a look at how far is it from Stewart to Panora? And where are we doing the show in Panora? Like, as he said, at the house? Are we doing it at a restaurant? Are we doing it at population of Stewart is 1,782. Interesting.
Looks like half an hour, maybe.
Okay.
Between the two.
So this is more of a criticism of Julie, is what you're saying.
Well, no, I just think that we can cut down on some costs.
Okay. Yeah. What do you think of that, Mike?
I'm hesitant about this now.
You were going to say reservation again.
This feels like a Justin, like not a bit, but like a overly Justin thing.
Yeah.
Like, for instance.
It's like, wouldn't be funny if we shared a bed. And
It's not
stayed in
funny.
the
It's just
shitty
fine. I
room
mean, we
and-
can stay at $250 a night hotels. And
that costs $250 a night?
And the ones we stayed at, I think, were like $180.
$160 maybe.
I mean, there's a Fairfield Inn in Clear Lake, Iowa. Like, how much is that going to be on? Let me see. I mean, how much can that possibly? How far is it from Clear Lake to Panora, Coleman? See, I'm working on like booking this for you. Now you look for like lousy hotels for Justin.
2 hours.
What is it? Lakeside Inn?
2 hours 20 minutes.
Really?
Yeah.
Jesus
What is it?
Christ.
The Lakeside Inn?
No, Fairfield and Clear Lake Marriott. Whatever the hell. Shut up. 13. Saturday the 13th. $230 on that, Justin. You weren't kidding.
I don't know. This is $144 for Fairfield.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
For the same date.
All right, well, there you go. There you go, Mike. See? Would you rather stay there?
Sure.
No? I'd rather stay at Marriott than that guy's Econo Lodge.
Yes, that's true. Yeah.
Justin, do you want Econo Lodge to sponsor the trip, is what you're saying?
That'd be great.
You like to go on the road with Econo Lodge around the country.
Or like Days Inn.
Or Days Inn.
Yeah.
That's a depressing guy. He's like, yeah, over there's a McDonald's. Over there's a Subway. It's like, we're in fucking Stewart. Leave me alone.
You get what you get.
Yeah, shut up. I'm not going to play your bits.
Another podcast call.
Just want to get through the fucking day. Like, I'm not going to be singing that. You're not going to get me on one of your dumb shows. I'm not going to play your game. I'm not
Let me guess. You're going to Madawaska and then the most northwestern point of. I've heard it a million times.
So I want to hit 7 or 8 of those places on the trip there and back. I think we can do that. I know we can do it. I'm working on it. So can we do that? What's a reasonable time frame, do you think, to do that and there and back? 10 days?
Well, if we're doing one show a day, yeah.
Yeah, 10 days we can do, I think. I think.
More
a lot of driving, though. That's a lot of driving, boys.
Yeah.
A lot of driving, Mike.
What's going on with your voice, Mike?
This is how I sound when I'm terrified.
You're getting real gravelly over there.
Like, you've done long drives with me before.
This is
Not 2 weeks.
This is across the country. This is like the extreme to the extreme part of the country, which I like.
Yeah.
It'd be great if me and Mike get into like a huge fight on like day 2.
See, this is what
We just
he's going to
hate each other.
stage things. I don't care for that.
When would I stage something that we get into a...
Yeah, I'm a little concerned about that, too.
I'm not going to stage anything.
What else, boys?
Actually, I've never been to the West Coast. Excited.
Sorry?
I've never been to the West Coast. Not
a real
California
thrill.
or
I'll give you a hint. This is not going to be like Hollywood.
I don't want to go to Hollywood.
You're going to be go through God's country, Wyoming. Beautiful. That part of the country.
I like
Idaho.
Coleman. I like Coleman. I don't want to go. Like, they wouldn't understand me.
Yeah,
in
I
La,
get
in
my
La, La,
tongue.
La.
I'm more of a Montana guy.
I am. Big sky country.
We got to figure out, you got to reach out to all these people and find out where they want to do their shows.
Right.
Because I like the idea. If they want to do it in their house, fine. We've done that. But if there's a little place in their town they want to do it, that would be great. Sure. That's what I want to do. Like a little, whatever the
Local
hell.
bar, pizza place.
Yeah,
or
pizza place or the local whatever. Club.
library.
Yeah, anywhere. Anywhere they want
Probably
to
couldn't do a library, right?
Probably not. No, probably not. I've not to just harass them out of Madawaska.
Do you have Dale Arnold's book?
So we're going to go back to Madawaska in July, Justin.
Hell yeah.
You and Rick okay after you guys
I think we
taunted
patched
you?
things up.
Okay, good. Good. All right. What else?
Forks, Washington. Coleman, if you want a little of what, that's where Twilight takes place.
You're not a Twilight guy.
No.
You're not. You're not
I like the baseball scene, and that's it.
The baseball scene?
Ironically, yeah.
I don't know it.
Coleman taking a bite out of the West Coast.
I don't know. I know Kristen Stewart was in it. And,
She's
Robert
like,
Pattinson.
dreadful in everything, though.
You don't like her?
No.
Wow.
She's it's the same thing with like Selena Gomez in Only Murders. It's that
Very
monotone.
droll.
Yeah.
Yes, I happen to agree with that. But that's
Horrible.
a generational thing.
She's
I
a
think.
smoke show.
Yeah.
Who is?
Kristen Stewart in Twilight.
She. Oh, sure. Yeah.
Specifically.
You feel that way now about her?
Not necessarily recently.
No. You don't feel that way.
No, she's a little more masculine now.
Wow.
She is, yeah.
The first season of Full House, which Olsen twin did you like better?
Could you tell?
Oh, he could tell. He could tell. He could tell. He could tell more than anybody could tell about anything. That's for sure. Any other notes from you guys from Rough N Rowdy? You guys, I say talking to a lot of Barstool people. Any good gossip, Justin? Anything? No?
You heard that live events Lisa story.
No, I'm so sorry. How can you top that?
Underrated Minifan, like sneaky Minifan, Dana Beers. Huge Minifan.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
He was telling us
I
how,
like
like how
Dana.
his best friend is like, will like call him up and be like, yo, this fucking Mick guy just stormed out of the studio.
Oh, yeah. I'm telling you, Portnoy praising the late Mick.
Wow.
Yeah, who had a tweet Friday night after a Thursday night
when we were
after
there,
a
yeah.
truly dreadful in-studio performance. I guess now can be forgiven.
I reached out.
So did I. He seems like he's okay though, right?
It seemed like it was maybe a lingering thing, but that
Crohn's
he was
disease?
doing okay.
What happened? I'm following more people on Twitter now, so I missed it.
Oh, it's true. Yeah, so it happens. So your timeline.
Yeah.
He was in the
Isn't
emergency
he the one
room.
person you do follow?
Oh, he's up to like I saw the.
I
other
think
day.
I follow like 10 people now. 15. Yeah.
He was in the emergency room for something, but he said he's okay. So yeah, but he was kind of like Montante bulldozed him the other day.
How do you, just in terms of
When they
the
did the show
amount they
together,
spoke?
which kind of gives you an idea of who runs the M&M boys. I think.
Well, they said.
But Mick could methodically
He's a
work
quiet,
from behind the scenes.
I could see that maybe.
More of a producer.
Montante always said it was his thing.
Montante's thing?
He was the one that orchestrated the M&M
But
boys.
has Mick
got it going.
made Montante
he's
believe?
drilled that into Montante's dumb head.
No, this is your idea.
Montante, Mick is smarter than Montante. Montante is dumb.
More devious for sure.
Were you gonna say something, Justin? Or no?
Mick's recording an episode of Beyond Average podcast tonight.
Oh, good.
He said much to discuss, so I'm sure he'll be hitting his medical complications.
Good.
With Beyond Average Christian as well.
Wow, that's enormous
Big.
news. Enormous news. So who's in the rest? So Mike's in tomorrow with Cullen. We're off Wednesday, I believe. So then what does Thursday and Friday look like? It seems like we're up in the air for that right now.
Yeah, so I have a couple people that have been reaching out recently. I also had Stu Feiner reach out after.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was a criticism of yours, by the way.
What's that?
That you didn't ask Robert Eiler about Stu Feiner.
Those guys talk about like 5 minutes. I'm like, what am I going to say? Like, stop Robert Eiler. Like, actually, like, I think Stu Feiner's annoying. Like, oh,
He would have been into. It seemed like he would have been into that though.
Yeah, I guess I was not. I'm not super into. Yeah. But go ahead.
But
that's fair criticism. Go ahead.
Just like random new people. I've tried reaching out to a couple people like Minifan wise, and no one's really available. Like Danny was away. Gig potentially could be available this week.
Do we have anybody, Justin? Do you have anybody lined up or no?
I have some people who have reached out.
Who are we talking about?
Do you remember the guy who went with me to Mass and Cass?
No.
Well, he reached out. He said he would like to come on.
Okay. This feels like it's going to be a tough end of the week.
The guy from the restaurant in Waltham there, Chopper's Cafe, reached out. He said he'd love to come on and talk TV with
stick
you.
my head in that oven.
You guys could do your own infomercial.
Yeah, great.
If I were to go in for lunch, you have items for that as well?
Was it Dave or you, Justin, who wormed free pizza out of that? Was that you?
No, it was Steve who said like.
Oh, it was Steve?
He said he was on the phone. He's like, it's for Kirk Minahan.
Oh yeah,
that's right.
That was Steve. Yeah.
Unbelievable. What a fraud.
But I've gotten free stuff from him before.
Maybe I'll just handle the. Maybe I have to book the guests at this point. I mean, these guys are useless.
I think Steve would acknowledge Plugola.
Oh,
as a
like,
thing
yeah,
of
you
his.
think?
Yeah.
Jesus God Almighty. That's who you have so far? The guy you did Master Cast with and Steve from the pizza place?
They reached out, so they're available.
I don't think his name is also Steve.
Okay. I'll handle the guests, I guess. Jesus. What else?
Give me a sec.
This guy's right. Just tweet at me. This guy's right. Mike taking the I was right basically for Justin. I want to say the different hotel was a crazy I was right take on your.
Well,
that is a reach.
It's not if you were in this brain.
Okay.
I knew where he was going.
So did I. I was like, this is a Star Wars thing. Like it was going to be.
But I understand how it doesn't.
It was not going to be rooted in anything like connected to reality.
Right.
Yes.
But I understand. I didn't articulate that very well.
I didn't expect Justin to say, "Hey, I should have." Can I stay at a really shitty hotel? But I should have.
The way he phrased it was kind of like, "I'm going to ask a serious question."
Right.
But it was. I knew it wasn't.
So you're down on Julie for booking you a hotel, Justin?
Well, no. I'm just letting you know that I'm willing to stay, like sleep anywhere.
Ooh, did Julie's trying to get her way back in.
I thought she was kind of, no?
She sent me, I'm happy to help with whatever you need in terms of playing live shows if you want that. Also, that prize list, the one you sent me, Coleman?
Yes.
Came directly from the episode. I suggested to Coleman to ask Cullen if there are more specific locations. Just throwing Coleman under the
crazy.
bus.
That's fucked up.
I'm just throwing you under the bus.
That's fucked up.
Is that true or no?
That she said that?
Well, no, I know she said it, Coleman. She sent it to me. I'm saying, is that true?
That was just the list that I'd been continually.
So she had nothing to do with it.
Handed down.
So she had nothing. So that came from her?
I guess so.
Okay, but why does she need to tell me that?
Just to let you know she's valuable.
just to pile on me, basically.
I mean, that is shitting on you.
Yeah. That's how the corporate world works, you know?
Yeah, well, why
people always stabbing each other in the
Go
back.
ahead, Coleman, let it rip.
No, why don't you go on fucking Mike and the Minifans and do it next time? Or,
There you go.
know.
Okay. All right, well, that's a good start, I guess. But Julie's not booking anybody a $45 hotel room. She her life is like 5-star hotels, private play. You know what I mean?
Girl.
Yeah, God bless. That's where I'm staying on these trips. But I don't.
That's okay. So that's okay.
What do you mean?
Just wanted to let you know that I'm willing to stay literally anywhere.
Where are we talking for you guys from a per diem perspective? To me, you should just expense it and then you'll just get paid back. But
Yeah,
if you want every day, I can give you guys each wads of cash to pay for your food.
I like that.
That's badass. Yeah.
Like where are you boys stopping for lunch?
I'll eat nothing and just pocket the money. I'll lose a lot of weight on this trip.
Like, where's the stop? What's your primary stop? Are you going to try and stop in interesting places, or are you fast food right off the highway? Or?
Yeah, something tells me we'll be hitting Chick-fil-A like 6 or 7 times.
Oh, no, I don't know. Chick-fil-A hits my stummy, and then it's just...
My stomach.
It's a stomach issue.
Yeah, it's tough.
God.
It's not good.
No,
you guys on this trip, look out with these wacky. Look out. There'll be a lot of Chick-fil-A. That's God's country.
Yeah.
I'd like some roadside attractions, some historical stuff along the way.
Big ball of yarn.
Yeah, I love that stuff. It's great.
Justin, these guys are going to be seeing some 70 miles off the highway. You're going to be going there. I'll be sitting there waiting myself with some Minifan in Panora.
I'm not waiting.
Coleman's like, look, I'm at fucking
Point A to point B.
Zachary Taylor Museum.
Point A to point B.
I'm more a Coleman guy on the road, I have to admit that. I also am going to go on my run every day. I find a nice little town and run through it. But I'm looking forward. It's going to be great weather. That's the thing. Weather will be no issue. Huh?
We hope.
Yeah, that's true. We hope. What the hell are you laughing at?
We don't know what the weather's going to be like in July.
Got his fingers crossed that it won't be.
What's wrong with you guys today? It's fucking July.
I settled. I don't know.
It's July. I presume the weather will be pretty good, Justin. It's July.
We had a wet July this year.
Okay.
Well, that's what he tells the toddlers. School's out.
Okay, Justin. The weather. Who knows about the weather? I suppose you're right. It could change at any moment. What else? Jesus Christ.
Mike said he got a couple of dates from Lauren Compton.
Oh, that's right.
Oh,
yes.
You're ahead of me on this one. Go ahead.
February 12th and 26th, she asked me if I could do either of those.
Wow, which one are you going to do?
Well, I as I texted Coleman the other day, I heard you mention on the show, we should make it a package, go down as a group.
Right.
You do Robert Eiler's podcast. So I texted Coleman and said, hey, she just sent me these dates. And Coleman goes, interesting. Actually, Kirk mentioned on the show that you guys should go down together. As a matter of fact, they are part of the same production company. And I said, Coleman, as much as I love our chats, that's why I was telling you.
Once in a generation dummy. Unbelievable. Coleman's all excited.
I couldn't care less.
Okay. Well, I mean, do whatever you like. Well, believe me, I don't know if I'm doing that podcast or not. So do what date is best for you. That's
I don't know if I'll do either of those then.
Why is that?
Very soon.
Playing hard to get, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Didn't she say she was like single or whatever?
I didn't see that.
No,
it was a bit. I think
she did.
but,
Yeah. I think it was a joke, but
it wasn't. Were you disappointed when you heard the audio for maybe laughing at somebody else's jokes that Montana did?
it wasn't the same. It wasn't the same one.
No, it was not. You guys have something different, though.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but I would do that. I mean, whatever. If they reach out, if they don't reach out, though, like I don't really care. That's fine.
Robert Eiler emailed after the fact, said he had a great time, gave his number, whatever we need.
Great. No, I'm saying if they want me to go, but I'm saying don't ask.
Yeah.
Like, I'm happy not to go now. Although, as Jeff D. Lowe pointed out, his famous house, is in Austin, so I can actually blow it up while I'm there. I can finally go all in. So you're not going to do either one, you don't think?
That's a little soon for me to figure out how to get down there and everything. I can't really travel on my own, so I'd have to figure that out, but possibly.
We could fly Justin down there.
I wouldn't take him away from his duties.
That's okay. Would you go, Justin, or no?
If you wouldn't want me to go, I'd go.
Good answer. I could see you down there for that, helping him out.
Yeah, that'd be great.
It's a big spot for you in the Blind Mike Project, blindmike.net as well. Blind Mike Project on YouTube.
It says a lot about Craig.
What do you mean? That is an indictment of Craig. That's a good point.
I guess it is, yeah. I don't know.
Would you want to travel with him or no?
I would. I wouldn't be as comfortable. I don't have the bond. I have more of a bond with Justin than Craig.
You kind of need Justin on that trip.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, certainly if he needs to go down there, I would certainly sign off on that. No problem at all.
We'll see. Yeah. I'll be in correspondence with them.
I could see you February 26th down there, Justin. That seems like more your kind of day down there.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. Who knows? February 12th, the day after the Super Bowl, I think. I could see you being.
That's tougher. Yeah.
Yeah. Very emotional after that. Yeah. Taylor Swift. Yeah. Well, February 26th gives you like a month, basically.
Right.
Not enough time.
Possibly.
Okay, do whatever you want. I'm not forcing you into this one. What's going on at blindmike.net, more importantly?
We had to cover the big news yesterday with my viral video and the
Sure.
prank and all that.
Of course.
And we also found actually a Barstool employee, one of your brethren, Wallow from $1 Million Worth of Game.
Yeah.
Was on with the greatest interviewer of all time, Coach HP. So we had fun with that. We got to get you on this guy's show. If you think your dick's been sucked by the Minifans, oh my God. It's the greatest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good.
So check that out.
Tuesday tomorrow.
Tuesday's
back tomorrow.
That's right. Why You Laughing this week will be about Louis C.K. special breakdown.
Okay.
And
what's the next one?
Subscribe. That is the next one.
I'm saying after that. I'm sorry.
After that, I've been thinking. I don't know if I'll have time to get it done by Thursday, but the demise of Will Ferrell has been on my mind.
Ooh, I like that
as a possibility.
I saw Will Ferrell came up on one of my YouTube short things, and he was on like Dan Patrick's show, and he was like, this was something like a year or two ago, and he was in like a full bit. He had like a big beard on. I was like, oh God, I've had enough.
Oh, it's very bit heavy.
Just go. The thing with Kristen Wiig at the Golden Globes, everything. I don't know when the specific moment is. There has to be a moment where it started going south.
I remember. I don't know if this is the moment, but I remember because I loved Anchorman and Talladega Nights and all that. So I remember I would get excited for every Will Ferrell movie. And the dinosaur movie he did.
Oh, Land of the Lost.
Land of the Lost, yeah.
It's not that
But I remember thinking like, oh yeah, this is the next Will Ferrell movie.
Right.
Like they're making fun of Jurassic Park or whatever they're doing.
Right.
And then it was just a kind of a bomb.
Like a bad movie.
And then after that, there hasn't been a real. I don't know what his. After that, I don't know what his big movie would be.
Other guys. After that.
Oh, other guys. Was after
Daddy's
that?
Home was a hit franchise though. Like not Daddy's Home 2 was a great movie, but I'm saying as a franchise,
He has a couple of those that I get, but even like the other guys when it came out, no one was like, "You got to go see this movie."
Campaign was after that.
Terrible.
Yeah, I didn't. He was
The Other
just doing
Guys,
George
The Other Guys
Bush.
is a reasonably funny movie.
Oh, it is funny, but I'm saying when it came out, people were like, it was kind of after that it got popular.
It might have been like Get Hard or
that sucked.
Like that was like 2015, and then that went into Daddy's Home, Zoolander 2.
Which one is that? Which one's Get Hard? Is that
With Kevin Hart?
Oh Jesus, I forgot about that one.
So when he started doing Megamind?
Maybe. He also he's tried, but he has not really like just grown as an actor, done like anything.
House of My Father.
Yeah, he tried. He tried.
If you want a little sneak peek to what my analysis will be, it's when I talked about Chevy Chase, I thought kind of the same thing. Or when I would watch interviews of him, I'm like, this guy's fucking exhausting. Is it always bits with him? And I think that kind of happened with Will Ferrell a little bit.
Apparently, it was Kevin Hart recently was saying like every time on set, Will Ferrell like had a bit of the day basically.
Yeah,
like,
there's a great Jim Brewer story about like Brewer, Colin Quinn, and Tracy Morgan beating the shit out of Will Ferrell to try and get him to break.
Yeah, I'd be like, just get away from me with your fucking bits. Yeah, I was never a massive fan like other people were, but yeah,
I was. Yeah,
it's over. Like I don't think he's any coming back.
No, I mean, like Chevy Chase did Community. You know, something like that. I could see him doing maybe, but
that's true. That's true. Yeah, that's true, I guess. And I mean, the guy was in Barbie. I mean, I'm not saying I liked it, but the role in the movie made $1 billion.
Right.
But he basically was playing the real life version of what he was in like the Lego movie. He was just like evil, like businessman, basically.
Yeah. That's a good movie, Justin?
Lego movie?
Lego movie, yeah.
It's a good movie.
Date night.
There you go. Yes, it is.
You know what? He tried to do, not serious, but remember he did, he's giving everything away to kill himself or something like that?
Yes.
House of My Father?
Maybe that could be where it
Everything
started,
Must
too.
Go.
Everything Must Go.
Yeah. Just didn't like you can never take him seriously. That's the problem. Like he's just not. It's kind of, but Jim Carrey tried too. But like, there's certain guys where you just aren't going to go for that ride.
No, Jim Carrey was a little better at it.
He was, but like ultimately, like it was just didn't stick.
Yeah.
Where like Murray was able to do that to some extent. He found the right directors like Wes Anderson and Sofia Coppola, where, like these other guys weren't able to do it. It's hard. It's a hard thing. And when you get older and older, it's like harder to be like goofy.
Sure.
It feels like silly. Like,
yeah, unless you're like Fred Willard or
but
you might, maybe
stars.
you need to be you can't be a star. Like Chris Elliott is still hilarious.
Correct.
But he was never a huge star.
Correct. Whereas like even like Eugene Levy to some extent.
Yeah.
Where it's like you can kind of be that guy. What does that sound?
What sound?
Oh, it's something beeping out there outside. Anyway. All right. So go to buymike.net. Go subscribe. What's that?
So do you want me to check it out?
I don't want you to check it out. I do not want you to check it out. What else you got, Justin?
Last thing I have is, so we talked about it a little bit on Thursday, that Chris Castanelli video. He deleted it right after the show on Thursday.
Okay.
Apparently he was like crying, saying about how he's going to like lose his job at Barstool.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant the video where he's doing an impression of Jordan Peterson. That's what I had on my radar.
Oh, really?
Oh, it's great. It's a spot-on impression.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah. Yeah, it was very, the videos, the one's very strange where he's like, he's apologizing for this Megan making money thing and he's crying. But then he does this all the time where he puts up these videos, he just deletes them. Like, it's not infrequent.
Does he? It's none of my business, I guess. But does he still drink? You know?
I have no idea.
Is he struggling with that, man?
I hope not.
It just seems like that kind of behavior.
I just think he's a lonely guy, and he just kind of waves his arms sometimes. And people at Barstool don't want to do stuff with him. Is his contention? I don't know this. I have no idea. He seems frustrated by that. I guess I can understand that, but it's like
that might be why.
I get I do things like I do the dozen. I get I do like the Ryder Cup and surviving, but 99.4% of my stuff is in this room.
Right.
Right? I mean, I don't know, 98.6, whatever the number is. But you get my point. Like, I've created this with no Barstool interaction. Like, people will call in or whatever, but like, we built our own world.
Yeah.
So do that if you can. Like,
he just hasn't found his thing yet.
Yeah, don't worry about Nick and KB. You know what I mean? It's like you can't, if you're worried about that, I'm not saying this for him because I don't really know his situation. But if you're worried about that, you're never going to succeed because you're relying on other people. And other people, nice though they are more concerned about their own shit. Because it's just their job.
Yeah, that is like when I was an intern, I remember thinking like, oh, maybe people will ask me to do and that's just not how it works.
Right. Sometimes it does.
Yeah.
Like but it's organic and you run into something and like Dana Beers is a perfect example.
Right.
Like Dana Beers has a big, had this big success, but then he's there at Rough N Rowdy like doing video the other night. Like, and then they'll do content stuff. Like, everyone has a role,
Can I just say to Coleman, it's rare you get to play the Dana Beers drop, but it's a good one if you can find it.
Got it.
That is a good drop.
You just mentioned it twice today. I figured I had to.
Yeah, it's a good Clemmer drop.
Dana Beers! There we go.
What was he doing there?
He was doing his Mariners thing.
Oh.
And Dana Beers happened to pop into the chat. And Clemmer was very excited.
As you were for the 95 Mariners, which you've long pined for the return of.
I really have, yeah.
It's true. It's true.
Well, I did get an update on that as well. Not 95 Mariners, but apparently Clemmer's rat race thing is almost completed.
Who told you that? That was like a Fasoli.
Drop.
Dana Beers!
Oh, wow. What did he say?
He said they're almost on the final cut of it.
What did he
it's like 40 minutes long. He said it's pretty good.
Oh, good. Good. I'm rooting for Clemmer. I hope Clemmer gets something that people watch.
He would have been a great host for the Livia or Triv or whatever they called it. I think he would have been. That was the clear answer. I think.
I thought so too. Yeah. He would have been perfect. He would have done it. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he left. In
he jumped,
solidarity.
right?
Yeah, he left with the boys.
Well, that's true. He left with the team, right?
Yeah.
Still feel like that Gooch move is.
Ooh, I can tell you.
That'll linger, you think?
Yeah, I can tell you. I think that one's going to linger. As it would for me too. Like everyone else doing it. This guy, like Jeff hired this guy. Like this guy exists because of Jeff.
But is Gooch doing it as a funny thing?
I didn't get the sense watching. I could be wrong. I don't know the guy.
Okay.
It's a tough video to have live on. Like just the way he's kind of standing in the doorway and everything too. It doesn't look great.
Yeah, it is not. It is not good. All right.
I got one other thing.
What's that?
You see Ben Shapiro put out a rap song?
I did. I saw that.
I did see that. I didn't hear it. I saw it was people comparing it to Coleman's. I saw.
Not very good.
Coleman, what was going on there? What were you doing?
I couldn't
watch the whole thing.
I was doing
getting
full sound test and camera test.
Does it sound better today?
It does.
Saying, oh, good.
Yes.
Good job, Coleman.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
I give him credit for putting it out because that's people do that like alone, and you're like, oh, if anyone was here, I'd be so embarrassed. But so I credit him for putting it out.
Yeah.
Did you think about sitting in this chair?
No, so I saw people saying that. It was more so I needed to like catch my balance, to get in front of it, and then I wasn't gonna sit.
You would have been fired,
yeah. Figured.
Let me hear Coleman first. Gotcha. Thank you, Coleman. I got you too, buddy. Gotcha, Mike.
I also like that it builds throughout his. Like it starts, he's kind of talking and going in and out of rapping a little bit.
Sure.
Okay, I'm going to be doing a full test across the board on all the different mics, all the different cameras. Let's see how we do. This is Justin's microphone. I think it sounds normal. I think it's good. Please let me know if this doesn't sound the same as the others.
Can't you tell
that? Though. This is Justin's mic. I can, but I figured that I would have this video, so maybe to like send to Justin, send to other people, so I could like get a test if I'm missing something, Well,
they did announce our next match. It is we are playing the Booze Ponies.
Let's go.
Oh, that's big.
My friends, Feidelberg,
allegedly,
Dana Beers,
and
of course my great friend Will Compton. That's a heavyweight matchup right there.
That's big.
Certainly.
Big. Go ahead.
Microphone, camera looks good. We're moving and shaking, camera looks good. Now I'm hopping over here
This is where it
onto
gets-
this one. This is my microphone, and I think it sounds good. Yeah, check, 1, 2. Hey, check, 1, 2. Hey, does it sound different? Does it sound different from Justin's?
There's a lot of thought in the
I don't know.
lyrics,
Does it?
Is there a
Does it
moment in
sound
your head where
different?
you're like, obviously, I'm
Hey.
just goofing around, but maybe someone discovers me?
No. This was like it was completely off the top. Like I'm not like
Sure. No, we understand, Coleman.
Off the top.
No one thinks that you got.
You didn't write this down.
Right? Does it sound different?
Now we're about to go to the third chairs. Hey, to the third chairs. I'm gonna run over there to the third chairs. Hey, and we're gonna test them all out. Hey, here we go now. I'm running.
Where's Justin while you're doing this? I mean, you're working on the show. Where are you, Justin?
Sounds no cones.
Unbelievable. What do you think of that, Coleman?
I told him, I was like, if you need anything, Friday.
Blind
He said
mics,
no.
microphone. Blind mics, microphone. Can you check it? Can you dig it? This is blind mics, microphone. What's next, Coleman? What's next, Coleman? What's
This is
next,
a
Coleman?
man on the brink.
What's next, Coleman? I
of
don't
a
know. What's
psychotic
next,
break.
Coleman?
Many things going on in this
What's next,
life.
Coleman?
A lot of stuff.
What's next, Coleman? I don't know. Hey, does it sound all
The A's a
good?
big thing.
The camera looking great.
The A's, I have nothing.
Hey.
I have nothing
That's
else
what
right
the-
now.
that's what the crowd yells.
I sound like a
They do.
crazy person, but can you check it? Can you check it? Now we're gonna hop over to the. We're gonna hop over to the other sheet. We're gonna hop.
Okay,
over
let me hear
to
Ben
the-
Shapiro. I'm getting sick. I'm getting dizzy.
Real quick, though, Cinema Lords just tweeted out, just to clarify, I never said I expect KMS to reach out to me.
Oh, what the fuck, Mike? That's bullshit, right?
What did he actually say?
What I did say was I'm not hounding the producers to keep coming in every other week like at Steve from Gloucester does. That is all.
I'd have to hear the context again. I don't remember.
The
how he
original
phrased
tweet
it.
is not like that. He is begging. I mean, are we doing this really? Come on, Cinema Lords. I like you, but cut the shit. Don't make me side with the other guy there. Go ahead. Let me hear the. Didn't he beat up? Doesn't he have some boyfriend, a girlfriend, ex-boyfriend issue or something?
Oh, yeah, the new
baby daddy or something.
Yeah.
Don't make me side with the baby daddy. I'll bring that guy in the studio. Don't do that. Let me hear my guy Ben
So
Shapiro
this is Facts. Tom McDonald featuring Ben Shapiro.
featuring Matt Carano.
Is every Tom McDonald song like this, by the way? Just imagine Jerry walking in slow motion into the studio to this.
Scum.
Actually works.
White power. Right. I don't play troll games with them either.
I don't mind it.
True. True. Subhuman savages.
I like it with Jerry.
Yeah, Jerry's better. Jerry's got his own reps.
Here comes Ben.
Oh, Ben's coming in now?
There he is.
How does he not feel? Does he know he's a cornball?
He has autism, right? Ben Shapiro or no?
Probably, but like, is he an
Does he or no?
joke?
I don't mean in the bad.
No, I think he's just really Jewish.
Jesus.
You know, defend you, Ben Shapiro. You're fine. What do you mean? Really,
In this climate, just
what do you mean really Jewish?
Like he's just very like.
Who's
no.
like out of curiosity? Let's just do celebrities. Who's sort of Jewish?
Seinfeld.
What?
What percentage of Jewish does Seinfeld seem to you? Ben Shapiro's 100. You're saying?
Yeah, Ben Shapiro's like 90.
90. Who's 100?
Rabbi.
Okay. Is he Wasserstein?
Woody Allen. Who's more Jewish, Erwin R. Shyster or Ben Shapiro?
Who's like 4?
Like 4%?
Yeah.
Al Michaels?
Okay.
I don't know.
Is Al Michaels Jewish?
I don't know. Maybe.
I'd have to cite the Hanukkah
Justin
song.
knows the stuff I don't know. I have no idea. Who knows?
Yeah.
Well, no, he's just very like facts. He's very like faith oriented.
Facts is a Jewish thing?
Yes, he just goes by. Yes, he's just
Facts is not something that goes to like.
Believe he is
I'm not Jewish. Facts don't matter to me. What do you say, Coleman?
Believe he is Jewish.
Ben Shapiro?
No, Al Michaels.
Oh, okay. I was say Ben Shapiro. Al Michaels is Jewish. Okay.
Born to a Jewish family in Brooklyn.
Wow.
Wow,
pulled that one out.
Justin's a weird. He's like, is he anti-Semitic?
No, not at all.
Justin can sniff him out.
I can see Justin with no like in Auschwitz. I can see him running the show there.
Oh yeah, he does have that. He takes orders.
Yeah. Oh,
I love the Jews.
Those poor kids. Jesus.
Love
Jesus Christ.
My God. So he's Ben Shapiro is very Jewish. You're saying?
Yes.
Okay.
He's like his values like come from. He always says Judeo-Christian values.
Are you a Ben Shapiro guy?
Not really. I think he debates like children.
I always see him at these clips where he yells at some college kid.
Yeah.
Like, and
Someone
it's
will be like, "How are you going to tell me that my pronouns aren't she, her?" And I'll be like,
let me break this down for you right now, okay? It's pretty simple right now, okay? You were born a man. You have a penis, right? So if you have a penis, okay, you're a man. Those are biological facts. I'm not here to say biological facts. He does that whole thing.
That's
I see it all
pretty
the
good.
time.
If you work on that, you've got something.
I think I might just stumbled onto something.
That was pretty good.
I think I like rapping Jerry better than rapping Shapiro, though.
Jerry Cowan.
Yes.
I was thinking Jerry Seinfeld based on his.
The cruel irony: Jerry's gonna sign a rap deal, but he can't sing anymore because of his voice.
That might add to his gravitas.
That's true.
Yeah.
I suppose that's true. Yeah, I don't know. Who knows? All right, great. Anyway, what else, Coleman?
But is
You know
Ben
that?
Shapiro when he does that? Is he like kind of being?
Yeah, I mean, is he on the joke?
Playful, yeah.
I think
But
so.
I think he's a badass, right? Like if I did that, I'd be like, this is funny.
I think
because
he's doing it like as a joke, but he also kind of thinks
Thinks
like,
it's a little cool.
This is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I just, in a way, I have to thank Cullen because if he didn't, maybe I'd still be the EI like fighting this stuff. Like, I'm so happy I don't have to care about the stuff that Ben Shapiro really cares about.
The guy he's doing the song with is like literally every single one of his songs is like, "Sorry if I offend you. I don't believe all rape victims." And you're like, okay,
Save that clip, but thank you.
That every Tom McDonald song is that. So I'm like, what's his catalog look like?
It's deep catalog.
Yeah.
What else, Coleman?
Did you know that you guys appeared in a Howard Stern episode of 9 Lives? It's 9 Lives of Howard Stern on Vice.
Who's you guys?
You two. There was a clip from the show.
Me and Mike.
Me?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes.
Did you know that?
Oh
Mike?
no, I didn't.
I know. I saw what's her face tweet about this. The show that always dumps on Stern.
Oh, Radio Gunk.
Radio Gunk. I saw they were on there. Yeah.
What's her name? I can't remember.
Monique.
Monique.
I was going to say Mary Ann, but that's from the Stern show itself. Oh, I didn't know this. No, go ahead.
Now he went from being a bad boy to becoming Hillary Clinton's buddy.
Like all of a sudden it just hits you in the face and it's like, holy shit, this sucks so hard.
And he's been standing for free speech forever, and Howard's just kind of like rich and irrelevant and stands for nothing now. And
But for me, it's heartbreaking. It would honestly be like if today at like 11 o'clock, some story came out that Bruce Springsteen was raised by 2 millionaires and he had a great relationship with his father.
I have a lot of friends who were diehard. That was it, but...
So I'm not really.
Michael's good in that.
Well, he's like in the clip.
Oh, there you go,
yeah.
Mike. Congratulations.
Nice.
You're finally on Vice.
Yes.
Wow, there you go. So is that just about Stern being a sellout?
Yeah, I think it was just the back half was like other shows really just talking.
I think I was on Aaron Hernandez one on Vice too as well. Some clip of mine. A Vice star.
Well, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Okay.
I thought it was going to be you and Jerry.
Oh, he went after us.
Yeah. I didn't
That was actually
think-
Dino too.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, 'cause I wasn't really part of that. He kept calling Jerry Skeletor.
Skeletor, yeah.
Jerry's like, no, you're Skeletor. I'm like, no, Jerry, he's talking about you. Like, he's saying things you said. He's very worked up, but he's very, like, during the breaks, he was very worked up about stuff like that.
Yes.
But it was basically us, and we weren't even critical of Stern. It was just the deal he had. I was like, this is crazy. This guy's getting paid like $500 million a year to work like 3 days a month. I was like, what a deal. And he was like, guess I work by fucking, I'm like, yeah, I agree.
Right.
Like,
But
obviously,
I remember even Jerry was kind of like, if I could
Totally.
get that, I would do
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
We're like, oh, you're triggered by this because you know it's like a crazy deal. I don't blame him. By the way, you can say this about, if I signed that deal, I couldn't just work 3 days a month.
3 days a month?
I just couldn't do it. Like I like working. I like coming in and working.
Yeah. Well, I think that was the thing with Stern and why he got so sensitive about it is people were like, you're just at your house anyways, right?
Right, you're
Like,
not
what's
doing anything.
Yeah. You're not like taking advantage of your
And
life.
he used to go, he used to go way longer than the show on K-Rock. He used to go sometimes till 11 o'clock.
Yeah. Even later, right?
Yeah. Sometimes you'd be, because it first was at night in Boston, but they would cut it. They would edit it and stuff. So it would be 4 hours. But when they started simulcasting in the mornings, and You'd be there, like, oh my God, it's 10:42. This guy's still on.
Yeah, because I know for a while middays was just Stuttering John, wasn't it? So they were really just eating into his time, so it didn't
Whatever
matter.
happened to him, Mike? You stopped. You haven't been following him at all.
He's not a fan of mine.
No, he's not. I think we should, Jess. We should become friends with Stuttering John.
I mean, I think he would dive right in.
Yeah. Well, hey, good luck.
It's funny because it came on my YouTube the other day. Was the best of Stuttering John on the Stern Show, the interviews, and they are fucking hilarious.
Sure.
It's crazy what happened to him. He was so fucking funny.
He was very mad at me because I said he just like misunderstood what I was saying.
Well, he's nuts, yeah.
Like I was saying he has a talent, and I was like, granted, like Jackie and Fred wrote a lot of those jokes, and he goes, "Oh, really, Mike? You don't think I wrote any of those?" And I was like, "I didn't say none of them, John. Take it easy."
I would say Fred Jackie wrote 90% of them. Given the attitude in the show, I don't know that, but given the way yes. But I will say his greatest skill was he just was so dumb. I think he didn't even care.
Yeah.
He'd go right up to Walter Cronkite or Barbara Walters or whoever, Ted Williams. It was very funny.
Yeah. It would be funny if you became friends with Stuttering John. The problem with him is like eventually he'll say something. You won't fall directly in line.
I think it happened, like not to your extent, but I think it did because I think I had him on Enough About Me.
Yes.
And I said something in the joke in a tweet, and I think he messaged me or he did something.
After all I've done for you.
Yeah.
That's his big thing. After everything I've done for you.
And I was like, you were like a huge part of my favorite show for years. Like just be, He's had a hard. I think it seems like he's just had a hard time letting go.
Yes, yeah, and he gets very as I've said, he gets very frustrated at these shows that make fun of him. And my thing is always, if he ignored that the first day, now his whole life is consumed by it. His show is commenting on the shows that comment on him.
And he's super anti-Trump, right?
Yeah, but he doesn't even really talk politics anymore. But yeah, he did for a while. He was trying to do politics.
Yeah,
that's how I found my guy Richard Ojeda.
That's not his strength, I don't think.
No.
Anything else, guys?
I got nothing.
I had a weird thing yesterday.
Oh, okay. I was hoping I was done.
Well,
yeah, go ahead.
So my grandma does this typically.
Bus bench ads. What are your thoughts?
Simply Safe in the moment. SimplySafe.com/Kirk. Go ahead.
So my grandma does this thing typically around.
Do you call her grandma?
Yeah.
This is your mom's mom?
Yes.
Okay.
Grandma Sue.
Grandma Sue.
So she does this thing where like she's very involved in the church and everything.
That's nice. Catholic church, I assume?
Yes.
Yeah.
So she does this thing where she has a priest bless me over the phone.
What?
Yeah. So she's in the car with this guy. He's like a Sri Lankan priest. And
he's a priest like visiting the church at this time or something?
Or they like go get lunch or whatever. Like she takes him out for lunch.
Okay.
Or like,
how old is this guy?
I don't know. He sounds very old though.
He's slipping it to her?
I don't know. I mean, she goes out with a bunch of these.
Is she a widower?
It's a weird.
Is your grandfather dead, Coleman? This is not a complicated situation.
Yes, but I never knew him.
Every time he goes over, he's got sunglasses on.
I'm telling you, it's actually a very like complicated story. So
what do you mean your grandfather? You never knew your grandfather? She never. What do you mean?
I never knew my mom's dad.
He was dead?
He just died this summer.
But you never knew him.
Oh, what happened?
It's a whole long story.
Oh, okay. Well, give me the live events Lisa story to get in the way of that.
Oh.
But okay, go ahead.
Well, basically,
go ahead. Take your time.
So
your mom's dad.
Yes. Yeah. So my my grandma grew up like in a mansion on the beach in Portugal.
Well, we know that, right?
So she got pregnant with my mom. That guy was out of the picture.
Not your grandfather.
My technical grandfather.
He was out of the picture.
Was out of the picture.
Gone.
And then she got pregnant with my
Jesus Christ
aunt,
Grandma Sue.
And this was after her parents died in a car crash. Jesus. So she was.
So your mom's parents died in the car crash.
My grandma's.
Oh, your great grandparents died in the car crash, right? Okay.
So she never, she wanted to avoid like the family money or whatever, and so eventually she just.
When you say it's a complicated story, you're not kidding. I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
That's what I'm saying.
He doesn't even know.
It's insanely complicated, and it's something that's like.
What does that have to do with the Sri Lankan priest?
Well, we got there from Grandma Sue.
So Grandma Sue was.
She's banging this priest.
She was down the clown. If anybody in Portugal was ready to slip, she was open for
Sounds
business.
like it.
Okay, right.
Yeah. So
all due respect. So your mom never knew her dad.
No.
Does she even know who he is?
No.
She knew he died last year.
Yeah. Well, we found out like over the summer that he did.
Gotcha. But they never spoke.
No.
Never.
No.
Huh. Your grandmother's has an accent and is Portuguese.
Oh, it's great. Yeah.
It's great. Okay. All right. Okay. Would she be willing, do you think, to bang Kevin from Bristol in Maine?
No.
Okay. Well, I don't know. I'm just trying.
You don't know that.
I know Kevin from Bristol would, but
yes, he's banged probably a Portuguese priest before, Sri Lanka priest. So, all right. So she calls you. That's right. So she's still driving around.
Yeah. No,
How
she's
old is
very all together. She's like, I want to say like late 70s.
Okay, it's not. We're not talking like old. All right. So
Yeah,
okay.
she like travels a ton.
Travels a ton
on her own too.
Good. Very religious.
Very. Yeah, she's like super religious.
Well, maybe not. You know, there are certain things that she violated, but go ahead.
Some things will bring it.
That's why she found God.
Yeah, she sure did.
So she calls me with this like priest guy in the car.
This is when?
This is yesterday, like right before that first game. So probably like 2:30, 2 o'clock.
Please make my son no gay. My grandbaby boy no homo.
Far off on the voice, actually.
Smell pussy. Smells so good. Like,
all right, now do Ben Shapiro talking to Coleman's grandma.
Well, it's pretty simple. This one's very religious, but yet she's having premarital sex. Premarital sex to me is not in business. You can't do that. If you go, you're going to hell. Straight to hell. Straight to hell right there.
It's a good Ben Shapiro.
That is.
I'm working on that. Yeah. Well, I went up to 100 on your meter there, Justin. 4 is Al Michaels. Which is not bad. But then you go to 100. 100 Ben Shapiro.
That's right.
Yeah. Do you have a Tucker?
Ask me a question. Go ahead. You're next. Go ahead. Young college student. Go ahead. Yeah. Please fire away. Yeah. Go ahead.
How can you tell my girlfriend that she can't have an abortion?
I'm going to tell you. The Bible's telling you. It's pretty simple. Okay? It's pretty simple right there. There's a little bit of Ross Perot in there as well, actually, now I think of it. It's a very fine line. It's like my friend Dana Carvey. The other guy who got unfunny. But hey, all right. So what's the blessing? So she just calls you with the priest in the car?
She calls me with like the guy in the car, and she's like, "Okay, Jack, I have Father, whatever his name is, and he's going to give you a blessing."
She's Italian. Okay, go ahead.
No, she's Portuguese.
I understand. But yeah.
So he gets on the phone, and then he starts.
How did she get to America?
So the second
she rode her way.
No, the second guy, who my aunt's father, basically.
Oh, they were together.
They were together. The mom.
You knew him?
No, his mom didn't want her to marry her son, so she offered to set her up with money and tickets to America.
It's like The Notebook or something.
It's crazy. It's wild.
What the fuck? She's kind of lived a crazy life.
It's nuts.
So who'd she settle down with? Anybody?
So she then gets here. She gets like a normal job or whatever, and needs to figure out like a visa situation.
Right.
So then
came here illegally.
I don't really know.
Lock her up.
Yeah.
So she married like one of the guys from the office that she was working at, and that guy was kind of my
grandfather.
Yeah, but I didn't.
What'd you
know
call him?
I didn't know him.
Do you know anybody? Do you know any grandfather figure in her life or no? Like,
no.
So
I met this guy once I think he's like from Maine.
The office guy.
Yes.
Okay. So they were
kind of together for like the majority of my mom.
Is your grandmother nuts?
A little bit, but she's fun.
All right, good. Okay, so did he bless you?
He blessed me.
Okay, good.
So it's like it's kind of.
What do you do when he's doing that?
It's the most awkward, uncomfortable thing.
It's like he's not FaceTime. Really.
No. Yeah. But it's like I'm just sitting there like on the couch, and he's like, "Bless my son," and then I have
Coleman
to like
just getting blown by some guy. On the couch.
And then I have to like say it back to him.
You do?
So then I'm like, "Bless my son."
Oh God!
Jesus Christ!
So
it's like a horror movie.
It's so tough. And then he said that because of this, I now have the power to bless people.
Oh.
If I raise my hand over people,
you can
apparently,
bless Justin.
I can bless you right now.
Can you cure Justin of the evil thoughts in his head?
We bless Justin and we take away all impure thoughts that may plague him.
Oh wow, Justin!
The studio just catches fire.
All I'm saying. Apparently, I have that power now.
I heard a massive cheer from the school across the street.
Sigh of relief.
Wow. That's how often does this happen?
It happens like twice a year, but like typically like birthdays.
Does Chris get these calls?
Yes.
Wow. Does your grandmother think that Chris is like an evil wizard?
Devil magic?
What's that?
Devil magic.
Yeah.
Right.
Is he like a sorcerer in her mind? Or?
Yeah. Or does she think he's like Jesus?
Right. Exactly. It's one or the other.
Yeah. I don't know. She was always kind of weary of like the magic community people though.
Black magic.
Well, I think she's right about that.
Yeah.
What's that, Justin?
A lot of religious people like despise Harry Potter. They think it's witchcraft.
She likes it.
They think it's real?
Yeah, well, no. Like I think it was the most banned book in America at one point.
Really?
Yeah.
I did have a friend from school whose mom was super religious and like thought it was witchcraft and wouldn't let them watch it.
Yeah. Come without dumping the story at the end. He's telling me about this. He's talking about live events. Lisa, these two. They're talking about fucking Robert Redford caller and he's the craziest grandmother of all time.
Best.
What's going? How does your dad get along with her?
Pretty well, actually.
Oh, good. So she's okay. She's like nice. She's not like crazy. She's not like.
She's very religious,
but
in a good way.
push it on? Well, I guess she does push it on to you.
Yes, I'm literally
Mike, what do you
having
think?
special powers bestowed upon me, Mike.
I guess I mean, is she like disappointed that you don't go to church every
Well, he
Sunday?
probably
and
lies
shit
to
like
her,
that?
I'm guessing.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, we're going to tell your old grandmother at that point.
It's tough. I think she just doesn't bring it up anymore because she kind of assumes I'm not there every week.
Oh, do you guys have to go to church on like all the high holidays and everything? Christmas and all that?
She'd be upset if we weren't.
She's like one of these old ladies who think that priests are like more important than like normal people.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see it all the time. Remember when my mom died, we had the priest who was going to do the service was in Ireland, so we had a fill-in priest, and my brothers, I guess, and I went to I had two brothers at the time. We went to this thing to meet with the priest, and there was an older woman there, and she's like, "We have to wake him up from his nap right now. Father's very tired tonight."
Yeah.
I was like, "There's a fucking guy who just sits like, what the fuck are we doing here?" I was like, "Get me out of here."
It's all these ladies. They take them all out for lunch, breakfast, whatever it is. And
Well, I'm gonna bang them though too. Like historically, I mean, you know,
I was gonna say, do you think your grandmother's like a Carmelo Soprano with
Father Phil?
yeah.
No, I just think I the relationship there in general with all that, like not just her, but the other old ladies, just something feels.
There is like I've seen this
about
like
it.
these things, like a competitive, like who can be best friends with. Like the Sopranos did that really well.
Yeah.
Like who could be best friends with this father.
Yeah, there's a lot of like infighting. It feels like too,
Yeah.
where it's like, oh, like we got to go have lunch or whatever.
That's what I mean. Yeah, but your grandmother's had lunch with them the other day.
She takes them all out like all the time.
Jesus
Christ. Sure does.
Yeah.
Simplysafe.com, simplisafe.com/KIRK. 10% off right now. Get your entire home completely. That story is brought to you by Simply Safe, Mike. Completely secure home, indoor, outdoor, completely taken care of by Simply Safe. Try it 6 days risk-free. $1 a day. They have your home completely safe. It's a great deal. 24/7 monitoring. SIMPLI Safe, simplisafe.com/KIRK. There's no safe like Simply Safe. I'll go to blindmike.net as well. Of course, Mike is here tomorrow with Dave Cullen. Hey, Mike, are you excited? We haven't seen Dave in a while.
Very much so. I always like to hear that.
Look at his Disney report.
Yes.
He's been on top of the Turtle Boy case.
Last time he was in, it was a very different show. It was the whole best of Gus.
That's
incident.
right.
Yeah.
That's right. His first appearance post Gus.
Yeah.
And then I think we're off Wednesday, and then we're absolutely fucked on Thursday and Friday. I don't know what's going. The guy who went to the Mass and Cass, and then somebody.
Cinema Lords.
So yeah, I mean, what a week we have ahead of us as we head into February coming up, not that far away. And I'll be traveling a little bit for the show. I'm going to be, I think, something I'll be announcing next week or two as well. So keep an eye on that. Nothing crazy, but all right. So we're back tomorrow. Anything else, boys? Good, Justin. No.
No, I got nothing.
Okay. Any network related? I don't want to get Metters upset.
Well, is Quantum Week taking the week off?
I guess they are. I suppose.
Yeah,
they
there are
are.
no shows. Everyone's off. Except Metters.
Strike is on. There you go. And if you're not happy with your life and you're looking to end it, go to Vermont, reach out to Kevin Cullen. He'll look you up.
That's right.
Pretty simple. He'll be taken care of.
Signs all the right paperwork.
He sure does. All right, we'll talk to you tomorrow. Goodbye.